Please welcome to the field head coach Bo Black of the Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars. Once again, at halftime this evening, we'll be recognizing the newest members of the Olathe Northwest High School Hall of Fame and have the introduction and crowning of our homecoming king and queen. And following the game this evening, the Olathe Northwest Marching Band will perform its field show at the conclusion of the game.
Good evening, Ravens, and welcome to tonight's Olathe Northwest homecoming football game. Matchup tonight is Olathe Northwest versus Shawnee Mission Northwest. I'm Alex Pauly, and I'm here with Andrew Beckwith.
Yeah, we're going to hopefully have a good game today, with the main highlight being the halftime being the homecoming announcement for seniors. And Olathe Northwest, still there on 5, they've played a lot of very good teams this year. Shawnee Mission Northwest, however, is 4-1, highlighted by their really good offense with their quarterback who is really good this year, Ty Black, number 20. And they're 4-1, highlighted by a really explosive offense. And their defense, even though it's their wing league, they lost 9 seniors due to graduation. So essentially, they have 2 returning players. Now back to you, Alex.
Yeah, like Andrew said, this will be a tough matchup for Olathe Northwest, as they did start the season 0-5. However, we talked to Coach Hafner before the game. He said that this week, with homecoming, with all of the high spirits in the school, it has carried over to the football team. They've had a really good week of practice. He said that everybody's been focused. He said that they've been mainly led by seniors Ryan Andrew and Mason Sadler, wide receiver and quarterback respectively. And he said they're looking for a really good result from this game. Though the 0-5 start, they're looking to really turn the season around against the Shawnee Mission Northwest team, which has been pretty dominant, being 4-1, but they have a defense that Olathe Northwest is looking to exploit.
Yeah, for number 15 for Shawnee Mission Northwest, he is out. Chase Koppel with a concussion. So that's the main injury for Shawnee Mission Northwest, Olathe Northwest has obviously Chase Brown. He's out for the season from the first game of the season with an ACL tear. He was expected to have a really good season this year, but the main problem with him is just injuries all around. He's had injuries a lot last year with, I think, a hamstring injury, and then this year the big blow is ACL tear. He'll be out till next year, and we'll see if he bounces back from that.
Yeah, Chase Brown is a big part of the Ravens' running game. He showed that in the first game against Manhattan until roughly the third quarter when he went down with the ACL tear. They weren't sure if they were going to get him back for the rest of the season, but 5 games in and they finally got results back. It is a torn ACL. He will not take the field for the remainder of the season. Devastating for the Ravens and devastating for Chase Brown, who just loves to play football. He's going to look to make a return senior year and really change things, but like Andrew said, he was hampered by hamstring injury last year, his sophomore year, and then this year the ACL. Just a poor start from him all around, but he will be in high spirits. Still a leader on the team, still rallies the guys, and he'll be looking to do well next year.
Yeah. So Shawnee Mission Northwest will be kicking off to Olathe Northwest. We have Grant Hall, number 5, in the back, with Caleb Blight to his left. We'll see how this goes. Kickoff happening now. Grant Hall. No, excuse me. Very good return by Olathe Northwest. They are around the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that's number 6, Trevor Bolden. He'll take a lot of the carries this year now that Chase Brown is out, as well as Logan Evans, who started the year, or who came into the season never playing football before. He's a senior. It's his first year on the team. Hafner has a lot of high praise for him, saying that he's the most improved player on the team. He's been getting the most carries since Chase Brown has been injured. So they're looking for him and Trevor Bolden to dominate the run game.
Yeah, Logan Evans had, against Shawnee Mission East a couple weeks ago, he had 18 carries for 113 yards, so he's very improved, as Alex was saying. First snap, Mason Sadler will be in the back. Handing off to running back, taking it. Ball is out.
That looks like a fumble by the Ravens already. First play of the game. Shawnee Mission Northwest is calling for it.
That is an unfortunate start to the game for Northwest.
Although it looks like it was recovered by the Ravens.
They're down at the 34-yard line for Northwest. Although it's a fumble and they did get it back, it's still not the greatest way to start to the game. Or the greatest start to a game.
Yeah, talking to Coach Hafner before the game for Olathe Northwest, he said their main goal is just to keep the ball as much as possible, just possess it, take long drives down the field, and keep the explosive Shawnee Mission Northwest offense off of the field, as they are, like I said, explosive, very high tempo. They're going to be looked to just dominate the offense.
So your Mason Sadler will be taking the snap, handing it off to, looks like a trick to number 26, Eli Becker. He gets stopped around the 43 to 44-yard line. Or excuse me, the 38-yard line.
Yeah, that was a good example there of the triple option by Olathe Northwest. He had the option of giving it to number 2, Logan Evans. He had the option to keep the ball and run it himself. Didn't like either of those, so a pitch outside to Eli Becker. Picks up a few yards, but now about 6 or 7 yards left to go for the first down for the Ravens. They need to pick up this third down early.
Number 81, Ian Irwin, has came back into the game. Number 26, Eli Becker, who took the snap from the previous play, he went back to the sidelines. Wait, Sadler will begin the snap. Given to number 28, Manny Melendez. And he gets to the 42-yard line.
That's another decent run there by the Ravens, but it's not enough to pick up the first down that they were looking for. It's a 3-and-out early for the Shawnee Mission Northwest defense. That'll be good momentum for them, and the Ravens are punting early in this game.
4th and 3 with approximately 10 minutes left in the first quarter. Ball's on the 41-yard line. They'll be punting it away. A low snap to Grant Hall, who punted it. Went out in between the 15 and 20. Now Shawnee Mission Northwest will have possession of the ball, and it'll be going to number 50. We went to their quarterback, Ty Black, number 20, who has had a very good season thus far.
Yeah, Ty Black, a junior this year. He started as quarterback last season, his sophomore year. Very explosive. He's actually the son of Bo Black, the coach of Shawnee Mission Northwest. There's a lot of great chemistry there. He'll be mainly looking for number 5, Ty Linden, in his wide receiver, lining up on the outside. For most of the game, he gets a lot of targets from Ty.
Ty will be taking the snap. He went to the running back, and he was stopped at around the 25-yard line.
Now this Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougar team plays a very high-tempo offense. As you can see, they're already back in position. They're already lining up, getting ready to go. They do not take a lot of breaks in between, just flying at defenses that they play against. That's why they have so many high-scoring games this season.
Running back gained 5 yards in the play, 2nd and 5 on the 26. Ty Black takes a snap, passes it incomplete, making it 3rd and 5, again at 26.
That brings up 3rd down now for Shawnee Mission Northwest. The Ravens are definitely looking for a stop here to early answer that 3rd and out that they had earlier on offense. They don't want Shawnee Mission Northwest to gain any momentum early in the game.
15 seconds left on the play clock. Ty Black takes a snap, he scrambles, moves out, starts running. He gets stopped at the 34-yard line. That'll be a first down for Shawnee Mission Northwest.
Yeah, that's what the Cougars were looking for there. A great run by Ty Black, not finding anything, scrambling out of the pocket, and the Ravens defense just couldn't find a way to stop him there. It's a good first down for the Cougars, not what the Ravens were looking for at all. But
Yes.
Cougars still deep in their own half, and the Ravens will be looking for a stop.
Around 18 seconds left on the clock. Ty Black hands it off. Stopped around the 43-yard line.
That was a high snap there to Black, but he handled it well, getting it to his running back early, just to push up the middle. Ravens do well to stop there, but the Cougars gain up a few yards.
Carries by Brandon Shaw, number 23. Second and 6 at the 38-yard line with 8 minutes 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Ty Black takes a snap, fakes a pass, and running back takes it to run 42-yard line. Big pile-up occurs, and they do not get the first down. They're a couple yards shy.
Now here's what the Cougars have been good at all season, just making plays, moving the ball up the field, getting first downs. Although they didn't get one there, third down, still gaining yardage, still just powering against defenses. They've been on the field a lot more than their defense has already this game. And that's what they'll be looking to do throughout the rest of the game, just continuing to wear the defense down, getting their explosive offense down the field, and just continuing to move the chains.
Yeah, they gained around 4 yards on the play. It's now 3rd and 2 at the 42-yard line. Crowd's very excited, looking for a stop, and so is Ravens defense. A little high snap for Ty Black. He scrambles and scrambles. He picks up the first down. It's big pile-up around 50-yard line, but he gets the first down.
Now pretty much the entire Cougar offense on that play rolled to the right, pulled the defense to the outside, and the offensive line did a great job to open up a hole for Ty Black there. Just had a lot of running room there to move the chains. That's another third down conversion for the Cougars. They're second of the first quarter already. We're only about 5 minutes into the game. The Cougars have gotten the ball to half field. We'll see if they will be looking for an explosive play down the field or if they're just continuing to move the chains.
There in midfield right now. Ty Black takes it, hands it off. Ooh, fake pass. Running back gets it to around the 53-yard line.
Now there's a better stop there for the Ravens, stopping him early, only about 1 or 2 yards there for the Cougars.
Stopped by Grant Hall, number 5.
Tackled by number 5, Grant Hall.
Is 2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line.
Now that play right there resembled what Hafner was talking to us about a little bit earlier. Just utilizing their D-line, Bryce Johnson and Seth Evans on the defensive ends, just pressuring the quarterback, containing him in the pocket, and keeping anything to the outside in the middle. That's what they'll be looking to do.
Ty Black takes the ball. They stop it. He stopped a yard shot. They lose 1 yard in the play. They're now at the 49-yard line.
That's a great backfield tackle there by Dalton Boyd. He's a linebacker for Olathe Northwest. He's a senior this year. Good stop in the backfield for him, just not letting them get anywhere early. And this is a 3rd and long for the Cougars. Their first third down behind the original line of scrimmage.
This is what the Ravens are really looking for. They need a stop, and they're hoping to get They're hoping to stop the third down conversion, which Shawnee Mission Northwest has had 2 third down conversions already, which is not a good sign for Northwest. A little bit of high snap again, and Ty Black takes the ball. And he's stopped at the 45-yard line.
That's a good run there by Black, but a good stop by the defense, not allowing the first down. We'll see if the Cougar offense stays on the field here. It looks like they're bringing out the punt team.
It's stopped by Dalton Boyd, number 46. Having a good game for himself so far, especially on that drive. Shawnee Mission Northwest seems like they're about to punt it unless a fake occurs. Number 10, Gabe Barfet is in the backfield for a punt return.
Barfetti's lined up just in front of the 10-yard line. It is a fake by the Cougars. They line up with a quarterback under scrimmage, and they call the timeout. Looks like they didn't get what they were going for there. They wanted a fake punt turned into a pass or a run maybe. Only have about 4 yards to pick up for the first down, but with 5 minutes and 11 seconds left in the first quarter, the Cougars take their first timeout.
Yeah, like Alex was saying, it's 4th and 4 at the 44-yard line of the Ravens territory. Shawnee Mission Northwest just took a timeout.
Now I'm interested to see what the Cougars do here on this play, if they do end up going for a punt, or now that they've shown offense, if they'll continue with that. We'll also see how the Ravens defense lines up here, if they put somebody in the backfield to return or not.
We'll see what Shawnee Mission Northwest is going to be doing right now. They seem to be running a play. It doesn't seem like there's going to be a punt right now. They have Ty to the left and running back to his right. They're going to go for it. Ty Black takes it. He gets to receiver. It is complete. And now they got first down. Not what the Ravens are looking for. They're looking for a third down stop, not a third down conversion. The more that they keep winning these third downs, the more they're going to be gassed into the fourth quarter, into the second half.
Yeah, that's a fourth down conversion there for Shawnee Mission Northwest. They've had one drive that's taken over 7 minutes so far, with 2 third down conversions and a fourth down conversion. This is what Hafner was telling us about. They're just looking to wear the defense down, keep their offense on the field.
Ty Black's scrambles, passes it. Seems to be caught by the Shawnee Mission Northwest right near the marker. Incomplete. So it'll be 2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line for Shawnee Mission Northwest.
That was a target to Ty Lindenman. It did look from here like it was a completion, but it was ruled incomplete. That's 2nd and 10 now for the Cougars. Defensive line there of the Ravens did a great job to pressure Ty Black on the outside, not giving him any time or any room to run. They made him make a quick decision, and it paid off for the Ravens.
They're now moved to the right. Number 5 takes it, and the running back takes it. He is stopped around the 17-yard line. So another. Unfortunately, this is a 2nd down conversion. So Ravens, the Shawnee Mission Northwest, it seems to be gassing the defense for the Ravens, which is not a good sign for the rest of the game.
That was a run there by number 2, Donovan Ganapini. A good run, picked up over 10 yards. Easy first down for the Cougars. There's a good run there by Ty Black to the outside left. He picks up about 5 or 6 yards. And the Cougars continue marching down the field. Now remember, this drive started way back in their end of the field, behind their 30-yard line. They've now marched the ball down the field. They're inside the 20.
Yeah, the Shawnee Mission Northwest started at 10 minutes. Now it's 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. So they used about 6.5 minutes. Running back takes the handoff, and he gets stopped around the 5-yard line, or 6-yard line, excuse me.
That's another first down for the Cougars. This drive alone has taken almost the entire first quarter.
Gain of 14 on the play. 1st and goal, Cougars.
1st and goal now for the Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars. They line up on the 7-yard line. The Ravens are looking for a big stop here. We'll see what they can do.
He's stopped around the 10-yard line, so a 3-yard loss for the Shawnee Mission Northwest offense and a 3-yard stop for the Ravens defense. It is second down around the 9-yard line, 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that's a great stop there by the Ravens. That's what they were looking for, just pushing the Cougars back little by little. They'll see if they can hold them to a field goal here, or maybe even force a turnover.
Their field goal is probably no, it's not the worst option. It's the least option that they want. Touchdown obviously the worst. But a stop would obviously help them right now, as they need a stop to avoid the touchdown or points.
Quick lineup there by the Cougars.
Ty Black takes these scrambles to his right. Juggled for the interception, but it was not intercepted, but it was an incomplete pass.
That ball was tipped up in the air. It was caught by number 5, Grant Hall, but sadly he caught the ball out of bounds. Just an incompletion, but still a good result for the Ravens, forcing 3rd down now for the Cougars.
Third down, 9 at the 9-yard line. That was a good stop for the Ravens. Although it was not an interception, it was still a stop nonetheless.
Now it's really exciting to see what the Cougars do here as they line up. They get to the line extremely quickly, not forcing any time for the defense to set up.
5 seconds left on the time clock.
That looked like a busted play. It looked like the quarterback was looking to go back to his running back, who just wasn't in position yet. Had to make a quick throw inside the end zone, and it was broken up. That brings up 4th down. Seems like the kicking field is coming on, or it seems like the kicking team, excuse me, is coming onto the field. Although last time kicking team was the punting team, and they had a fake punt looking for the 4th down conversion, and they ended up getting it. So we'll see what happens here.
Pass was batted down by number 58, Colin Prock, who at the last game at Shawnee Mission East here at Seaback, he on the 2-point conversion he threw it to one of the Northwest players and they were able to get for a 2-point conversion, which was one of their highlights for that game. Shawnee Mission Northwest kicks it and no good.
It was no good. That was kicker Sam Vossen not converting the field goal there. So with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in the first quarter, the Ravens will get the ball back, hoping to have a better drive than their first one. Fumble on the first play, and then a 3-and-out forced on their very first drive. They have the ball deep in their own half now, but they'll be looking to make something happen here.
Yeah, they're getting at their 5-yard line, which they're still getting the ball back, which they're getting the ball back. Offense now taking the field. They're at the 20-yard line, excuse me, not the 5-yard line. .20 seconds left on the clock. Wade Styler gets the ball, hands it off to running back. Ooh! Fumble. Turnover? Wait.
Shawnee Mission Northwest wanted a fumble there. It looked like they came out of the pile with the ball. It was Logan Evans with the run for Olathe Northwest, but it looks like the refs are either calling it down on contact or not a fumble, as the Ravens still retain possession of the ball.
It did indeed look like a fumble, but it was, as Alex said, it was rolled down by contact. From our view, it did look like a fumble because the whistle was not blown. Offense getting formation. Seems like number 2 will be in the backfield, Logan Evans. We're getting the handoff. Oh, fumble by Mason Sadler. Now this time Shawnee Mission Northwest seems to have it again. That is not what the Ravens are looking for. Another turnover.
Recovered by the Cougars.
It is recovered by Shawnee Mission Northwest.
Their first turnover, not their multiple turnovers, excuse me. Now the defense is back on the field for Olathe Northwest, and now the Shawnee Mission Northwest offense will be back on the field, hoping to take advantage of the fumble that the defense ensued.
Yeah, that seems to be the worst outcome that the Ravens were looking for there. An almost turnover on their first play, and then a fumble recovered by the defense on their second. That's 2 fumbles in 2 drives for the Ravens. One was recovered back by the offense, but the second not so lucky.
Ty Black is now running. He's got a straight path to the end zone, and he gets there. Touchdown, Shawnee Mission Northwest, number 20, Ty Black.
That offensive line for the Cougars is just getting the best of the defensive line of the Ravens, opening up wide gaps for Ty Black to run through. That's the second big run that we've seen from the junior quarterback, excuse me.
Yeah, offense has been pretty good so far. They had a 7-minute drive going in until they were stopped on 3rd down, which led the kicking team to go back on. But now the kicker will have another chance to make a chip shot field goal, and he makes it. Score is now 7-0. Shawnee Mission Northwest.
Yeah, after a very long drive by the Cougars, a crucial stop from the Ravens, and even a lucky missed field goal from the Cougars, Shawnee Mission Northwest still gets points on the board in the first quarter after the turnover from the Ravens.
Defense did what they could in that drive. They did stop them, but unfortunately the offense turned it over, and the defense was not expecting to go back on the field that early, so they were not prepared for the ensuing drive.
So with 1 minute and 22 seconds left, Cougars will be kicking the ball off to the Ravens, and hopefully the Ravens offense can make something happen here, something better than the last 2 drives, which have been cut short super early.
Yeah, special teams for Shawnee Mission Northwest is on the field, and now special teams for Olathe Northwest is on the field. Kicker Sam Boson will be kicking off to Olathe Northwest. Number 8, Caleb White. Number 5, Grant Hall. Number 6, Jared Bolton are in the backfield for ensuing kickoff. Number 6, Jared Bolton received the kickoff. He is going, and he keeps going. He gets stopped around the 33-yard line of Shawnee Mission Northwest's territory.
That's not a bad return by Trevor Bolden. We'll see if the offense can make something happen here. Talking to Coach Hafner before the game of the Olathe Northwest Ravens, he told us that their offense is looking to stay on the field for as long as possible, something that we have not seen yet today. But he wants to avoid exactly what Shawnee Mission Northwest has been exploiting, their explosive offense just staying on their field as long as possible, keeping the Olathe Northwest Ravens defense on the field. So we'll see if Mason Sadler, quarterback for the Ravens, and his offense can keep the ball, can possess it, and keep that explosive Cougar offense off of the field.
Running back Logan Evans in the backfield. He receives the handoff, and no yards are gained on the play. Speaking of Mason Sadler, he has not had the greatest games at home so far. Against Manhattan, the first game, he had an interception and 3 fumbles. He did have a couple QB runs, but the game against Shawnee Mission East, he had 3 interceptions and 1 sack. So he has not had the greatest game so far. He also had another fumble against Shawnee Mission East too. So he has not had the greatest start for the home crowd this year.
Yeah, the Ravens so far have only attempted rushing plays, getting the ball to Logan Evans, and it hasn't been working out thus far. We'll see if Mason Sadler looks to pass here or not.
Logan Evans gets the handoff. Jared Bolton gets the handoff, and he gets stopped on the 4-yard line. Previous play was 2nd and 8. Now it's 3rd down. Ball will be placed at the 39-yard line. So 4-yard gain from Jared Bolton from the option. Now it's 3rd and 4 at 39-yard line for Olathe Northwest. Let's see what they do here.
Yeah, that's yet another rush for the Ravens. Shawnee Mission Northwest has so far had no problem handling it. As the clock runs out at the end of this first quarter, we are soon going to send it down to Andrew McCubbins. Andrew McCubbins is our sideline reporter today. So a rough first quarter there for the Ravens, but they are only down by a score of 7-0. There's just 1 touchdown in this game. No team is out or in this game yet, or excuse me, both teams are still in this game, rather. Northwest will get the ball again with 3rd down and 4 yards to go, but still deep in their own territory.
A good sign for both teams actually is that there have been no penalties so far in this first quarter, so no teams have been getting penalized. They've been playing a fair game so far. Defense for Shawnee Mission Northwest is now taking the field. Offense is still in the huddle during the timeout. See if they can create a play to hopefully get 4 yards and get the 1st down. They need that momentum in order to go on a new drive to get a touchdown, hopefully.
Yeah, that high-tempo offense from the Northwest Cougars has just simply been too hard to handle so far from the Northwest Ravens. Getting that stop early, but still allowing a touchdown early in this game. The Ravens will be looking to make something happen here on offense, but first they have to get past this 3rd and 4. They've yet to obtain a 1st down this game. This could be the first one from the Ravens, but if not, then the Cougars are again going to be looking for a long drive down the field.
See what they do here. They have Logan Evans and Trevor Bolton in the backfield, or for the running backs, excuse me.
It's 3rd down and 4.
3rd down 4 at the 39-yard line. Grace takes a snap. He gives it to Logan Evans, who got 1st down. He is now at the 48-yard line.
That's the first one today for the Ravens. Looking for a lot of momentum here. The student section and the cheerleaders, as you can see, are very loud behind them. Very large student section today. We are now going to send it down to Andrew McCubbins, our sideline reporter for the game today.
Well, hey Ravens, what's up? My name is Andrew McCubbins. I'm your sideline reporter tonight, and right now it is the second quarter of tonight's game. The homecoming game for the Ravens has just started. In fact, we're actually down 7 points, which is kind of interesting. But you know, we're expecting the Ravens to make a big comeback tonight, especially against Shawnee Mission Northwest. We're really excited to see how that turns out. So actually tonight it's actually pretty cold outside. The temperatures tonight are close to freezing, actually 45 to 32 in that range. A lot of people have started breaking out the blankets and the coats too. So in fact, I'm probably gonna have to throw on mine here in a bit. So all right, so yeah, I'm gonna send it back out to the boys up there. But we're expecting a great game tonight. I'll keep you posted. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Andrew. We appreciate it. He is right. It is very cold outside. We'll see if that's a factor or not to either slow down or speed up both of these teams. Hafner was saying that the wind will also affect the passing game. That might be why the Ravens have only rushed the ball so far.
Trevor Bolden is getting open. He is going. He is right on the left sideline. He gets taken out around the 28-yard line of Shawnee Northwest's territory.
25, Will Crafton.
Great run by Trevor Bolden. Very good momentum that the Ravens need for this game. We'll see how that plays a factor.
A fantastic run there by Trevor Bolden. That's what the Ravens have been looking for. Although Hafner was saying they want to possess the ball and stay on the field, big gains like that are obviously greatly appreciated by Hafner as well. The first time that the Ravens have seen the ball past midfield, and just their first big game, or their first big gain for today.
Yeah, Trevor went out around the 30-yard line, where the ball is. It was 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Excuse me. Mason Sadler gets taken down at the 20-yard line, so no gain on the play. Good play by Shawnee Mission Northwest's defense. He'll stop him. It's 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, the Ravens here with the ball on their 20. 2nd down for them.
Number 26, Eli Becker, is coming into the huddle for the offense, subbing for 28, Manny Melendez, who's a sophomore. Eli Becker is a senior this year.
This Cougar defense has let in a lot of points this season, graduating 9 seniors like we said earlier, and we'll see if the Ravens can punch it in today.
Mason Sadler unfortunately fumbled the ball, but is recovered by Trevor Bolden at around the 24-25-yard line. So around a 5-yard.
That's the 3rd fumble today by the Olathe Northwest Ravens. It's their 2nd that they've recovered. Seems like that's turning into a real big problem for them, especially if they're not recovering that ball. They've been lucky to do so thus far, but the Ravens need to be watching out for that. It could be the cold, could be the hands, could be just slipping out of Mason Sadler, but he will really need to gain his confidence there in order to stop that from happening.
Yeah, unfortunately, Mason has kind of struggled with fumbles this year in interceptions. We'll see if that plays a factor. Number 81, Ian Irwin, has came into the huddle. Mason Sadler now takes a snap. He was targeting Ryan Andrew on the play, but unfortunately, it was an incomplete pass to Ryan Andrew on the 25-yard line.
If I'm not wrong, I believe that is the first pass attempt by the Ravens today, about 20 minutes into this game, and they finally targeted Ryan Andrew. That's mostly just a lack of the offense not being on the field, but their rushing game with the one big run from Trevor Bolden, it has proved that it can work, but so far it hasn't. And that brings up 3rd and 14 for this Raven offense.
3rd and 14 at the 24-yard line. See how the Ravens respond. Number 2, Logan Evans, is in the backfield. Mason Sadler is under center, takes a snap. Complete pass to Ryan. Unfortunately, it seems like an incomplete pass to Ryan Andrew. He thought he had it, but it slipped out of his grasp. He's very frustrated, as you can see. And if they had if Ryan Andrew caught that pass, he would have been in the end zone or at least at the 1-yard line. Very unfortunate play for Ryan Andrew. You can see he's very frustrated on the sideline, but teammates are consoling him. He is very frustrated.
Yeah, Andrew had space there. He created space in between him and the cornerback who was on him. He was behind him. That ball hit him in the hands, and that's a catch that he'll want to get back. That's a catch that he probably should be making. But now that brings the Cougar offense back on the field.
Complete pass by Ty Black to the receiver on the sideline. He is on the right sideline, and he is not slowing down. Number 9 is Michael Gary is trying to chase him, but unfortunately, the receiver gets to the end zone at the right sideline. Touchdown, Shawnee Mission Northwest.
First play of their drive there for the Cougars, and already a touchdown. That's just that high-tempo Oregon-style offense that we've been talking about all game long. That's the first time we've really seen it work and explode down the field. But the Cougars, that high-tempo offense is really good at putting points up on the board, and we see it there. That long drive at the beginning of the game, the 8-minute drive in the first quarter, is a little bit unusual for the Cougars. They do a great job of just getting the ball down the field quickly. That drive taking a little longer than usual, but that's what this right here is what the Cougars will be looking for all game long.
Field goal is made by Sam Boson. Putting the score up 14-0 for Shawnee Mission Northwest. The Ravens will be receiving the ball after the kickoff. Number 9, Micah Gare was trying to chase down the receiver on the right sideline, but unfortunately, it was too late. He was off on the sideline and was not looking back.
Now, as you can hear right now, the band and the student section very large this evening. They do a great job of hyping up the Ravens, keeping them warm, if you will, during this cold game. And it's a packed house tonight. Student section is all the way up to where we are in the box. Actually, it's almost a completely full student section. And as you can hear, they're very loud, cheering the Ravens on. Although down 14-0, the Ravens will not quit. They're good at fighting. Mason Sadler and Ryan Andrew are good at keeping spirits of this team high, keeping them just playing at their best, playing well even when they are down like this. And we'll see if the Ravens can mount a bit of a comeback.
Now, speaking of the band, they will not be playing today because the homecoming candidates will be announced at the halftime show. Shawnee Mission Northwest will now be kicking off to the Ravens territory. Trevor Bolden, Grant Hall, and Caleb White will be in the backfield. Received by, seems to be Trevor Bolden, or one of the receivers. He is down at the 21-yard line. It was Trevor Bolden indeed.
Yeah, the Ravens offense is back on the field. They'll be looking for another long drive, marching the ball down the field like last time, almost converting that crucial first down to get inside the 5. Sadly, that ball not caught by Ryan Andrew, and it turned into a quick 7 points for the Cougars. So the Ravens will be looking to convert on that this time.
Now it'll be 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line for the Olathe Northwest Ravens. Number 2, Logan Evans and Trevor Bolden will be on the field. Trevor Bolden seems to be in the slot, and Logan Evans will be likely be receiving the handoff by Mason Sadler. Indeed, Logan Evans does receive the handoff. Seems to be Mason Sadler getting the ball. He's down at the 22-yard line.
That's only a few yards there for the Ravens. Only one, second and 9 now. Pretty typical story so far tonight as we're deep in the second quarter. The Ravens' run game just getting stopped early by the Cougar defense. We'll see if their passing can open it up. They should have some confidence gained from that attempt to Ryan Andrew. Although it was an incomplete pass, it hit him in the hands. It was in great territory, and we'll see if Mason Sadler can make more plays like that happen.
Seems like Ryan Andrew is on the left sideline, or on the left side of the field. Mason Sadler will be under center. Hands it off to, or he seems to be taking it by himself. He's down at around the 18 or 19-yard line, so a loss of a couple yards for the Ravens.
It's yet another attempt up the middle, just something that we haven't seen working yet for the Ravens.
It's 3rd and 11 at the 20-yard line for Olathe Northwest. They did lose a couple yards on that play indeed. They lost around 2 yards on that play.
We'll see if the coaches change up their play style so far. The run game just getting squandered by the Cougar defense. And we'll see if Trevor Bolden and Logan Evans and Mason Sadler in the backfield can make something happen there, or if they need to attempt the pass game.
Now, Logan Evans has not been having a good game thus far, but Trevor Bolden off that one very good run. So he set the Ravens up in their territory. Was a good run for him. He's been having a good game. Pass is incomplete to number 81, Ian Irwin. So special teams will now be going on the field to the punt. And unfortunately, another 3 and out for the Ravens. The offense has not been giving the defense any confidence whatsoever. So defense will unfortunately be going back on the field unless any other play happens on this drive.
Yeah, that's another pass attempt by Mason Sadler for this game. Only his 3rd or 4th of the night, really. On that long 3rd and 11, they needed something big there. Just fell short. That's a high snap for
Grant Hall, he downed in the end zone, so it's a touchback, so the Shawnee Mission Northwest will now get 2 points on the board. Very high snap and a fortunate miscue by the Ravens.
Safety there against the Ravens as the ball was just snapped right over his head. That makes it 16-0 for the Cougars, and they will indeed get the ball back. Not sure what went wrong there by the long snap. Maybe the cold, maybe the wind, maybe a miscommunication. Either way, ball ended up in the end zone, and the Ravens have suffered from it.
Must have been miscommunication, as indeed it is very windy and cold, but unfortunately those circumstances only happen when it's below freezing and when the wind is above 20 miles per hour. For mostly that happens, but it's not terribly windy tonight. It's around 30 to 40 degrees tonight, so indeed it is cold, so a lot of the audience is really packed in like really warm clothes. And it must be really cold for those players out there because they have a lot of arm sleeves on. So we'll see how the temperature and wind plays into effect for the rest of the game, excuse me.
Yeah, the cheer team, the dance team, and the band have all been going strong so far tonight, keeping spirits high. This student section is still full, still very hyped, cheering on this Raven team, but they just have not been able to make anything happen and are now kicking the ball off back to the Cougars.
A fortunate miscue by the Ravens leading to a safety by Shawnee Mission Northwest. They will be Olathe Northwest now be kicking it off to Shawnee Mission Northwest. So maybe Shawnee Mission Northwest might be getting some more points out of that. So the miscue will lead to two more points and maybe more points along the way. Kickoff by Olathe Northwest is received around the 28-yard line. He is going and gets down to around the 49-yard line. So they're now, Shawnee Mission Northwest is now at the 49-yard line in Olathe Northwest territory.
Yeah, not a very far kick from the Ravens, as they did have to kick the ball deep inside their own territory. That was John Lindsay with the kickoff, and it was fielded around the 30-yard line. So even though it was only a 20-yard return, that brings the Cougars all the way up to midfield, and they'll be looking to march the ball down there. Only half of the field to go for the end zone.
The ball will be around at the 50-yard line, excuse me. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 50 for Shawnee Mission Northwest. Officials on the field, they seem confused on where the ball would be. They all argue in the huddle right now. We'll see what happens there. The defense for Northwest on the field, and the offense for Shawnee Mission Northwest is in a huddle on their own sideline. Now they break up and come back. See where the officials place the ball. It's still the 50-yard line, so wonder what they were talking about there.
Yeah, this Raven defense is looking for a stop here, something to hopefully motivate their offense. Both sides just have not been able to make something happen yet against this Cougar team.
They've not been doing themselves any favors, both the offense and defense. Offense has not been able to get anything done so far, and defense had to cover for them. Ty Black is now taking it, and he is at the right sideline, and he gets taken out around the 33-yard line at Olathe Northwest territory.
Shawnee Mission Northwest lined up there with 3 receivers all on the left side. Offensive line did a great job pushing the defensive line out of the way, and the lone wide receiver on the far right had the only cornerback, pushed all the way out of the field. He was pushed out of bounds there, blocked by the wide receiver, opening up yet another gap for Ty Black. That's an easy first down for him.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line. Running back takes and he gets out around the first down marker. We'll see what they get there. Braden Shaw.
Number 4, Chris Bourbon.
Could be another first down there from the Cougars. It's likely, 2nd and 1. Just not getting past the the first down marker there.
Tackle was by number 4, Chris Verban, who is a sophomore, I think. Yes, Chris Verban is a sophomore. 2nd and 1 at the 26-yard line for Shawnee Mission Northwest.
Cougars again lining up with three wide receivers on the left side there.
They run 4 seconds on the clock to see what they do. Seemed like a delayed game, unfortunately, but Ravens not get the call. Ty Black takes it, and it's intercepted by number 5, Grant Hall. He takes it on the left sideline and gets out around the 30-yard line. What a great play by Grant Hall. Giving the defense some momentum, and the offense will hopefully get some momentum out of that too. Grant Hall, he's had a very good season so far. He originally changed his number from 13 to 5 before the season started, and he has had some very good games so far this season. But great play by Grant Hall, intercepting it by Ty Black, who very good play considering Ty Black is a very good player this year. He started as a sophomore last year and has had a very good season this year. So very good play by Grant Hall, good play by defense, and hopefully that will spark some momentum in the offense.
Yeah, good stuff there by Hall. Coach Hafner has a lot of high praise for him, saying he's a leader both on and off the field. He's very competitive and brings a lot of that competitive spirit to practice. He really energizes this team and the defense, just the team as a whole. He makes great plays, and we saw it right there.
Remember my number 2, Logan Evans. He gets down around the 29 or 30-yard line. So it seems like Logan Evans will be the main feature back this game. Trevor Bolden will be a slot, and Eli Becker and Manny Melendez will be some other options that the Ravens have for this game. It was a 2-yard gain by Logan Evans at the to put him at the 29-yard line, 2nd and 8 for Ravens.
Just real quick, going back to Grant Hall, in their last game against Gardner Edgerton, he had a touchdown, or a kickoff returned for a touchdown by himself. He has already had an interception today and one big tackle. He's a big part of their defense so far, something that the Ravens haven't had a whole lot of success with, and hopefully, like Andrew said, he'll spark a lot of enthusiasm and momentum for this offense.
Mason Sauer takes a handoff. Unfortunately, the defense was ready for them. Was ready for Mason, and now he is down around the 25-yard line. Not a good play by the Ravens. It seemed like either Logan Evans or Trevor Bolden would begin the handoff, but now it is at the 27-yard line, making it 3rd and 10 for the Ravens. A loss of 2, so it puts them back where they were at the first down. So 27-yard line, 3rd and 10. Not a good play for the Ravens to put them at 3rd and 10 to hopefully get a 3rd down conversion, which unfortunately this game seems very unlikely.
Yeah, 2 plays there, moving forward 2 yards and then getting pushed backwards 2 yards. Like Andrew said, it's a 3rd and 10 for the Ravens. They need a big play here if they want to keep this offense on the field and avoid yet another 3 and out.
Fortunately, the defense is ready. Logan Evans went up the middle, and he is down around the 31-yard line. So they would not get the 3rd down conversion they were wanting, so now it's 4th down. They're probably going to have to punt it. Defense comes back on the sideline.
That run up the middle, which just has not worked very well all game, it's attempted again. Coaches in the Ravens just really looking to make that work, make that happen. But so far, as we're deep inside the second quarter, we just haven't seen it work yet. 3 minutes and 47 seconds left, and the Ravens will most likely punt on this 4th and 7.
Very unfortunate for Logan Evans, as now that Chase Brown is out, he is the main main running back, He's had good games. Unfortunately, it seems like their use of him going down the middle has not worked for them so far, and I feel like he might be suffering because of that.
Yeah, Logan Evans and Trevor Bolden lining up in the backfield there for Mason Sadler, the quarterback. Logan Evans was talked about by Havner as being the most improved player of the year. Like we said earlier, it's his first year. It's his first year playing football. He is a senior. He did not even start during week 1 against Manhattan, but now he's starting and getting most of the carries. He's a senior multi-sport athlete. He plays baseball as well as football, and he's seen the ball a lot tonight, but just hasn't been able to make a whole lot of it work.
Another high snap, but unfortunately they were able to punt it. It is down to around the 37-yard line of Shawnee Mission Northwest's territory. Shawnee Mission Northwest will now take the ball. Ty Black leading the way, and the defense for Olathe Northwest will now be going back on the field again.
Yeah, there's 3 minutes and 36 seconds left in the first half. As we saw, the Cougars can score in 10 seconds, and they can also score in 8 minutes. So we'll see what they do here. The Ravens are looking for a big stop, maybe get the ball back and punch in a score of their own so they don't go into halftime with 0 points on the board.
Yeah, the offense for Shawnee Mission Northwest has been gassing the Ravens' defense a lot. And unfortunately, the Ravens have been getting breaks like the interception from Grant Hall. Offense has not been doing them any favors. So now the running back for Shawnee Mission Northwest takes it down the middle and gets a first down around midfield, 50-yard line. Seems to be either 49 or 50. But that is a good sign for Shawnee Mission Northwest, as the run down the middle has worked for them, and unfortunately has not worked for the Ravens. So we'll see if Ravens coaches find anything to figure out, or can figure out anything about their play for the run down the middle. It is now 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Ty Black runs with the ball. He throws it to receiver, but is dropped. It is now 2nd and 10 at the 49-yard line with 3 minutes left in the first half.
Yeah, that option out wide to Ty Lindenman almost worked. It hit him in the hands. Probably should have been a catch there for Lindenman, as he's one of the better, if not the best wide receiver on the Shawnee Mission Northwest team. He's gotten most of the targets tonight, but just couldn't make something happen there. He had a lot of running room on the left, on the outside there, but the Cougars are stopped, bringing up second down. The orange chain's not moving just yet.
Around 10 seconds left on the play clock. Ty Black's now under center. Fakes a throw, and the running back takes it down the middle. He will get down to around the 52-yard line, pushed back. So a good stop for the Ravens defense. It'll be third down, and not long, but around 8 to 9 yards. So good play for Ravens defense. Hopefully they can get another third down stop.
Yeah, the Ravens defense is seeing some success here on the last 2 plays, stopping the Cougar defense. It's 3rd and 8, like Andrew was saying. Cougars looking for a big play here. We've seen plenty of third down conversions tonight, so it wouldn't be rare for the Shawnee Mission Northwest team, but the Ravens will be looking for a stop here.
Let's see how defense handles the Shawnee Mission Northwest offense. They've been able to contain them so far, except when the offense has not been many favorites by turning it over and not, to convert. Pass is complete to receiver down the middle in the field. He is down to around the 32-yard line. Ty Black has been having a very good game so far. And hopefully for the Ravens it doesn't continue in the halftime, but we'll see about that. Is 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line for Shawnee Mission Northwest.
Yeah, that pass was completed to number 5, Ty Lindenman. We've talked about him a lot. Coach Hafner for the Ravens talked about him as well, and you can see why there. 4 Ravens defenders around him in the black jerseys, and he still found a way to create space and make the reception.
Running back goes down the middle, the right side of the sideline. It was a run by the running back. He got the first down and a couple more yards after that. So Ravens defense just keeps getting gassed all these games. So they keep on giving up all these points because the offenses seem to be rolling over them due to the Ravens offense not being able to convert and turn it over. That's
Lindenman yet again. He got the first down on the pass a play ago. He now gets the first down on the run right there.
We are beyond the 2-minute warning. It is 1:45 in the first half. 20 seconds left on the play clock, and we'll see what the Ravens defense can do against the Shawnee Mission Northwest offense, who has been tearing them apart so far this game. Ty Black seems to have taken the handoff himself. He runs it down the middle and doesn't get the first down, but he gets around 2nd and 4. He got 6 yards in that play, so it's 2nd and 4 at the 15-yard line for Shawnee Mission Northwest.
That offensive line, again, opening up a big hole for Black to run through right down the middle. Just keeps running the ball up the Ravens' throats, and though they are stopping him, that's another gain of 6 yards. They've just continued to move the ball down the field constantly, and with a minute left, they're now inside the 20-yard line.
Ty Black takes it, he throws it, and a drop pass by the receiver. A good play by the Ravens defense, being able to force an incompletion. Is now 3rd and 4 at the 15-yard line. So hopefully that sparks the Ravens defense again.
Yeah, that was broken up there by the defense. That was number 5, Grant Hall. We've said his name a lot tonight. He's one of the star players on this Raven team. And as you can see, he's been all over the field tonight. Great stop there, trying to just contain this Cougar offense that they've been exploding down the field. It's now 3rd down with 4 yards to go for Shawnee Mission Northwest and 55 seconds left on the clock.
3rd and 4 at the 15-yard line, around 8 seconds left on the play clock. Ty Black will take it by himself. He gets sacked by number 36, Bryce Johnson. Very good play by Bryce Johnson, who is a junior and one of the stars of this defensive line. So good play. Now it's 4th down now at the 24-yard line. So great play by Bryce Johnson there. It is now 4th and 14 at the 24-yard line with 45 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, Bryce Johnson is a player. He's a player to watch on the Raven defense this year. He plays defensive line. Good sack by him. He was hyped. The rest of the defense was hyped. That's a great 3rd down stop for the Ravens, forcing a 4th and 13 now for the Cougars. 45 seconds left on the clock. We'll see what they do here. With 1 missed field goal already by the Cougars, we'll see if they attempt another one. It's a little bit longer this time, and the wind seems to be a bit of an issue, so they might attempt to go for it here on 4th and 13. Not much to lose as there's only 45 seconds left, and the Raven offense, has already struggled to march the ball down the field. So with 45 seconds left, they could make something happen, but I'd imagine that the Cougars are taking their chances here on 4th and 13.
Let's see what Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars do with this 4th and 13 at the 24-yard line. They could go for it and go for the touchdown, but for them it'd probably be safe to play and get a field goal out of that, or hopefully just try and get a field goal out of that, but we'll see how that goes. Their kicker has had a good game so far, except for the first missed field goal at the beginning of the first half. After that, he hit both the extra points, giving them 2 more points on the board. So we'll see if they go for the kick. They might be going for it. Yeah, Shawnee Northwest is now going for it. Ty Black is now going to try and take the snap.
Both teams took a while in their huddles there as a third timeout was called by the Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars. Both teams now back out on the field with 45 seconds left, and Shawnee Mission Northwest will be looking to convert this 4th and 13.
A little bit of rescue play for Shawnee Mission Northwest, but they're going to test their luck and see how it goes. Ty Black takes it by himself. Scrambling. He throws it. Incomplete pass near the very end of the end zone, so it goes to the Ravens and it'll be a first down. 42, so it'll be 42 seconds left in the first half.
That's a good stop there, broken up by the Ravens secondary. A completed pass there, obviously a touchdown. They did good to not only get the man out of bounds, but also knock the ball out of his hands up in the air, not letting him receive that there. So with 42.4 seconds left in this first half, the Ravens are looking to make something happen long down the field.
A little bit of an overthrow by Ty Black, which hasn't happened in much this game, but we'll see how that goes. Mason Styler is obviously going to take the snap with Logan Evans behind him as a running back. We'll see if they play it safe and kneel down for halftime, or if they're going to go for it. They're going to go for it. Mason Styler gets it, but unfortunately he is sacked and taken down around the 16-yard line.
Yeah, the clock continues to run there. We're now under 30 seconds. Ravens still very deep in their own territory, not even past their own 20-yard line. A long pass here, or really nothing for the Ravens as the clock continues to count down. 17 seconds left. They need to make a big play happen here, or else this first half is going to get away from them, and they're going to be shut out on the scoreboard.
They're not going to go for it. They're letting the clock go as it is taking from 5 to 0. So it's end of the first half. Shawnee Mission Northwest is now up 16 to 0 on Olathe Northwest.
Yeah, in a second we are going to throw it down to Andrew McCubbins as he talks about the homecoming festivities that we have planned for tonight during halftime. The senior homecoming queen and king will be announced tonight, and the student section is very hyped for that. Very excited to see who wins there, as hopefully it's one of their buddies or somebody that they know. But homecoming as a whole this week has just been a lot of fun. We talked to Hafner about it before the game, and he said it's very motivating for not only his players, but also the rest of the fans watching. So now we're going to throw it down to Andrew McCubbins for a little bit of a recap on what's happening today.
Well, Ravens, we've got a special event tonight. Tonight is the Olathe Northwest homecoming event. So that means that the halftime show tonight is a little bit different. Tonight we're going to see looks from different sides of the field coming down. The band is going to come out and give us a little bit of a show. They've got a special event planned for us. And also, in addition to that, we also have all the homecoming candidates coming down, including the senior king and queen. So please stay tuned for that. See who we got crowned king and queen this year for the seniors. We're very excited to see who that's going to be and all that. So just stay tuned, and we'll give you all the details coming up right after this.
For the most strikeouts in the season with 102, the most wins in a career with 36, and the lowest career ERA of 0.5. She helped her Ravens softball team win 4 regional championships, finish in the top 4 at state all 4 years, and win 2 Kansas 6A state championships. After high school, Jacinda continued her career at the University of Missouri, Kansas City, earning academic all-conference honors 4 times with the UMKC Scholar Athlete in 2011 and 2014. She was a 4-year starter at both outfielder and pitcher, first team All-WAC conference twice. She was voted team captain her junior and senior years and led the team in batting average 3 of 4 seasons. She holds the UMKC record for hits for the season with 69. Jacinda Ramos graduated from UMKC with a bachelor's degree in health sciences and now holds a doctorate of physical therapy from the University of St. Augustine Health Sciences. Please welcome, from the class of 2011, our newest Olathe Northwest Hall of Fame member, Jacinda Ramos. And joining Jacinda this year, a three-sport athlete playing football, wrestling, and track. Connor Middleton was selected as a 6A All-State running back in 2011. He holds records at Olathe Northwest for most career touchdowns with 25, most career points with 188, most single-season touchdowns with 21. 326. He also excelled at wrestling, holding the school record for wins in a season with 45 and career wins with 169. Connor was a 4-time All-Sunflower League and regional champion. He placed at state 4 times and is a 2-time 6A state champion. His career high school record was 169 and 11. He was an All-American in 2010 and 2011, the Olathe Wrestler of the Year in 2010, and a 2012 All-Metro Wrestler. After Northwest, he continued to wrestle at Baker University, where he was a 4-year starter, a Kansas Cup champion, and an academic All-American and All-American in 2016. Connor Middleton graduated from Baker with a degree in business finance and business management with minors in accounting and economics. He now owns and operates his own financial advising practice. Please congratulate 2012 graduate and our newest member of the Olathe Northwest Hall of Fame, Connor Middleton. And just as soon as the band takes the field, we will begin our homecoming ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2019 Homecoming Coronation Ceremony. Our crown bearers tonight are Victor and Brielle Baldridge, son and daughter of Lorenda and David Baldridge. Our freshman court winners are Heidi McCormick and Kyle Fleming. Heidi is the daughter of Mark McCormick and Shannon McCormick. After high school, Heidi plans to attend college, majoring in nursing, ultimately working as a pediatric nurse. Kyle is the son of Emily Fleming and Richard Fleming. He enjoys martial arts, music, skating, and origami. Freshman court winners, Heidi McCormick and Kyle Fleming. Our sophomore court winners are Lydia Abai and Charlie Hansen. Lydia is the daughter of Sinana Kizeo and Ruby Abai. She enjoys playing the violin, piano, and cello. She has a black belt in Taekwondo and is interested in computer coding languages. Charlie is the son of Sean and Megan Hansen. He plans to attend college and major in engineering, ultimately to become a mechanical engineer. Sophomore court winners, Lydia Abai and Charlie Hansen. Our junior court winners are Savannah Fallis and Blake Gamber. Savannah is the daughter of Heather and Frank Fallis. She's involved in theater, junior committee, and yearbook. Blake is the son of Mike Gamber and Rebecca Gamber. He participates in the marching band and says his hobbies are photography, professional map taking, and he is a movie enthusiast. Junior court winners, Savannah Fallis and Blake Gamber. Ladies and gentlemen, please recognize your 2019 underclassmen homecoming court winners.
first king candidate is Tanner Schinkel. He enjoys playing soccer and hanging out with his friends. After high school, he plans to attend either KU or K-State, majoring in business. As the team is out of this world, he was asked which is the worst cramped living space or astronaut food. He said cramped living because he will eat whatever. Candidate Tanner Schinkel. Our first queen candidate is Maddie Rice. Maddie is the daughter of Kristen and Andy Newell and Aaron Rice. She enjoys helping with IPS and plans to pursue a degree in nursing in order to become a mental health nurse. When asked whether or not she would survive in space, she replied, "Oh heavens, no." Queen candidate Maddie Rice. Our second king candidate is Richard Green. Richard is the son of Robert Green. He plans to attend KU and major in astronomy and enlist in the Air Force. He considers himself a stargazer and is looking forward to the homecoming dance this year because of the theme. If he could choose a co-pilot on his mission, he would choose Chris Pratt because why else would they call him the Star-Lord? Senior candidate, Richard Green. Our second queen candidate is Raina Peters. She is the daughter of Cassandra and Mitch Peters. She helps run a youth group every Thursday, and in her free time she enjoys cartooning and art. She plans to attend Johnson County Community College and major in culinary arts. When asked whether or not she believes Pluto is a planet, she says yes, because you have to appreciate the little things. Queen candidate Raina Peters. Our third king candidate is Eli Becker. Eli is Colin Darren Becker. He is part of the football team and the track team at Olathe Northwest. He plans to pursue a degree in welding technology. When asked what item has a gravitational pull he can't resist, he said goldfish. King candidate Eli Becker. Our third queen candidate is Riley Wade. Riley is the daughter of Troy and Amanda Wade. She is the spirit helmet for RFC and plays basketball at Olathe Northwest. In her free time, she enjoys being part of a youth group, playing basketball, hanging with friends, and watching Netflix. She plans to pursue a career in sport management. Senior queen candidate, Riley Wade. Our fourth king candidate is Cade Conover. He is the son of Chad and Jill Conover. In his free time, he enjoys hanging with the boys and sports. Cade plans to attend Penn State and major in automotive technology. When asked when he would name a new planet discovered by scientists, he said he would name it Moment. Senior king candidate, Cade Conover. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a hand for the entire senior homecoming court? And if we can get a drum roll from the band. Your 2019 homecoming king is Cade Conover. Your 2019 homecoming queen is Riley Wade. like to extend thanks to the Olathe Northwest administration team of Mr. Chris Zook, Mrs. Kathy Hilliard, Mrs. Jenna Jones, Mr. Joe Gunderson, Mr. Stephen Hayes. Duco sponsor, Ms. Tracy Russman, the custodial office and food service staff, the National Art Honor Society, the e-communication department, and the sponsors and committees of the freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior classes. Special thanks to Joyce's Flowers of Lenexa. Thank you for making Olathe Northwest 2019 homecoming a success. Once again, a reminder, the band will perform its field show at the conclusion of tonight's game.
Let's go, Where's the
Get ready for the greatest comeback in the world!
Ladies and gentlemen, if you purchased a ticket for the 50-50 raffle to support Project Graduation, now's the time to take those tickets out. We will pick the winner. Once again, we thank you for supporting Project Graduation. Throughout the game, you have the opportunity to purchase a ticket for the 50-50 raffle. And if you are currently holding ticket number 056927, 056927, please come to the press box on the Olathe Northwest side.
Why are you here?
All right, welcome back, Ravens, back to the homecoming broadcast. As you saw there during halftime, the senior winners were announced. The biggest one there being senior king Cade Conover. A big reaction from the student section. He actually plays for the football team. He's on the offensive line. He's number 63, very popular around the school. He was passing around signs, getting everyone hyped up for tonight to vote for him. Turns out that it paid off, as he is the 2019 homecoming king for the Ravens.
Those signs were definitely something special. They were definitely funny.
Very interesting, to say the least.
A very persuading tactic to get the audience to want you to vote for them. But those are some good posters. A lot of people passed them around. A lot of people had support, and that led to him being homecoming king.
Yep. Now, as both teams take the field again, both teams huddled up. 2 seconds left in this halftime, and there's the buzzer. We will now get going for the start of the second half. Ravens down 16-0. Looking for a comeback here, trying to make something happen on offense, as they've been shut out for the entirety of the game so far. Really looking to make a push here in the second half and hopefully contain this Shawnee Mission Northwest offense, who has looked pretty solid all night long.
Speaking of homecoming, the homecoming queen was Riley Wade this year. So it would be Cade Conover and Riley Wade going to homecoming. Homecoming is tomorrow. It'll be at 7 o'clock, or 7 to 8 o'clock. And you'll definitely see Cade there. Don't worry, you'll definitely be there.
We were also told that there will be a performance from the band following tonight's game. They usually play during halftime. They usually have their field show during halftime, but they will actually be playing after the game is over. So if you stick around for that, we will have that on the live stream, or at least part of it. We should have the whole thing.
Yeah, speaking of homecoming, the unfortunate part of this week's homecoming was that on Wednesday night the bonfire was canceled, which was one of the highlights of homecoming weekend. But luckily Powder Puff was still on, and it was very fun for most of the players at that game. So the bonfire was canceled, but then Thursday morning the parade got canceled, which was definitely a bummer because a lot of teams and clubs definitely prepared for that, and it was very disappointing for a lot of that to happen. But the assembly did go well for the most part, and yeah, we are now at the game for homecoming.
Yeah, like Andrew was saying, the parade was canceled, which was a little disappointing as it really didn't rain as much as it was supposed to. Probably could have been held, but nonetheless it was canceled. Still, very high spirits around the school. Homecoming's always a great time, good for relationships and just spirits of the school as a whole. It's just a phenomenal time for all of the students, and as well as the football team, as they get a lot of hype prepared for this game. So as they're getting ready to kick off again, John Lindsay lines up at the 40-yard line of their own territory, and they will kick the ball off to the Cougars for the start of this second half.
Let's hope that during the halftime, the Ravens got some energy and got a little more focus during halftime, and we'll see if that pays off, or hopefully we'll see how that goes. Ravens now kick it off due to John Lindsay.
Looks like a squib there from Lindsay. Ball stays along the floor.
And they are now put down at the 28 to 29-yard line.
Pretty quick stop there by the Ravens, although it was a pretty short kick. Cougars not really gaining a whole lot of field there, and they're pretty deep in their own territory. But as we've seen in the first and the second quarter, they do a good job of moving the ball down the field. Hopefully the defense has been inspired. They should have a lot of enthusiasm coming into the second half to get some quick stops on the Cougar offense here. It'll be very interesting to see what they do against Ty Black as well as Ty Lindenman, both ties there for the Cougars, as both of those players have been all-stars tonight on the field, just being everywhere and getting a lot of yards as well as points for the Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars.
Ty Black gets the ball, he's scrambling, and Northwest is trying to take him down. They do take him down, but it's not a sack. It's just he does gain a few yards, but they do stop him. It was now is second down around the 33 yard line. So gain of 5 yards. So 2nd and 5 at the 33 yard line for Shawnee Mission Northwest.
Yeah, Black was dragged down there by number 46 linebacker Dalton Boyd for the Ravens as they line up for this 2nd down.
Ty fakes a pass, and running back is brought down around the 35 to 36 yard line. So a gain of around 2 or 3 yards is at the 36 yard line. So it is a gain of 3 yards for Shawnee Mission Northwest. It is now 3 and 2 at the 36 yard line for Shawnee Mission Northwest. Let's see if they can get another 3rd down conversion, which they've mostly been succeeding this time around against Olathe Northwest. Let's see how they do. Ty Black takes it. Fakes a handoff, and the running back keeps going. He is now in the middle of the field, and he is going. He is evading a lot of tackles, and he is out of bounds at around the 28 yard line of Olathe Northwest's territory. So a good run by the running back for Shawnee Mission Northwest, and another key 3rd down conversion for Shawnee Mission Northwest.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a very good play for them and not a good play for the Ravens. Not what they want coming out of halftime and having 20 minutes to prepare for the game.
Another big run there by number 5, Ty Lindemann, who was eventually pushed out of bounds by number 5, Grant Hall for the Ravens, but not before he could get a very big gain up the field, pushing the ball down to the opposing team's 30-yard line. And like Andrew said, another 3rd down conversion there for the Cougars. That's just too many on the night, and the defense is having a tough time dealing with that.
Ty Black passes it to his receiver, and he is down to around the 18-yard line of Olathe Northwest's territory. So another 1st down for Shawnee Mission Northwest, which Ravens defense has definitely been struggling in this game, and they have not been getting any fares by their offense. Still down 16-0 at around the 19-yard line for Shawnee Mission Northwest in Olathe Northwest's territory.
Yeah, in just a few plays there, the Cougars have already brought the ball down deep, not deep, but inside the red zone behind that 20-yard line. They line up with what seems to be 4 wide receivers on the right side and just 1 lone wide receiver on the left. No running backs in the backfield. Quick screen pass there out wide.
He gets it, and he gets the 1st down, it seems like, from our point of view.
That's 3 1st downs in a row now for the Cougars as they have the ball inside the 10-yard line.
Pass was caught by number 3 wide receiver Duke Hinkie, and now is 1st and 10 at around the 8-yard line of Olathe Northwest's territory.
Cougars already up 16-0, looking for another score here just to extend their lead and really take the Ravens out of this game.
A little high snap for Ty Black, but he gets it, and he is running. Gets stopped 2 yards short of the end zone, so they get a couple yards in 1st and goal, so now it's 2nd and goal at around the 2-3 yard line. It is at the 2-yard line, so 2nd and goal at the 2. 9 minutes, 40 seconds left in the game, in the 3rd quarter. And the defense keeps getting pushed around by the explosive Shawnee Mission Northwest offense, which has been definitely their high point of their team so far this season, as they've been able to cover for their defense, which has been, the defense has not been the greatest so far, but against the Ravens today, they've been very good.
Now it looks like there is a flag on the field, and if I'm not mistaken, that's the 1st penalty of the night for either team.
It is indeed the 1st penalty.
That ball's now moved up to the 1-yard line.
Must have been a penalty on the Ravens. So it's 2nd and 1 at the 1-yard line. Probably do a quarterback sneak.
And there it is. The run up the middle is good.
The ball on the play, 1-yard gain and a Cougar touchdown.
So it is now 22-0, Shawnee Mission Northwest, and they'll be able to get a chip shot field goal from their kicker, number 86, Sam Vossen.
Yeah, if this extra point is converted, it'll be 23-0 against the Ravens. Not looking good for the Ravens, but there's still plenty of time left, most of the 3rd quarter as well as the entire 4th quarter. With the way the offense has been playing so far, it seems unlikely that they can stage a comeback, but at the same time, the offense will definitely be looking for a shift in how they've been playing, shift in their spirits. A 2-point conversion is now attempted here by the Cougars. Ty Black rolls to his right. He's under pressure from the line. It looks like it was caught. Was it in bounds to complete the 2-point? It was completed. That's now 24-0, Cougars versus Ravens.
This has not been a good start at the beginning of the second half for Olathe Northwest. They definitely did not want that to happen, but they had to kick it off first, so Shawnee Northwest definitely rode down the field for the touchdown. I wouldn't say easy, but it was a touchdown. And it seems like they got a 2-point conversion, but
although like both teams are staying on the field here.
Seems like the officials are talking it over. Maybe it's not a completion. Maybe they're redoing it, or maybe they're going for a field goal.
It looks like a penalty on the Cougars, and the 2 points are taken off the board. So our first 2 penalties have both been acclaimed in the same minute of each other. And the Cougars are pushed pretty far back now.
The 30-yard line, or excuse me, the 21-yard line. The Cougars players are definitely at the 30-yard line, so I got that confused. Sorry about that. The ball is at the 21.5-yard line for the Shawnee Northwest Cougars. Definitely a bummer for them. They got 2 points taken off, so it's 22-0. Trying to go for a 2-point conversion after their initial one was definitely negated.
Yeah, this is a lucky break for the Ravens as they get another chance to stop this 2-point conversion.
And he throws it, and passes incomplete or broken up by the Ravens. So the 2-point conversion that they had to redo is not complete. So it's 22-0, and the Ravens will take over.
Yeah, 22-0, a little bit better than 24-0. The Raven offense will be looking for a regrouping here, maybe to stage a comeback late in the game, early in this second half. Hopefully the locker room talk before the game has sparked some energy, has sparked some enthusiasm for this Raven offense as they look to make something happen here. They've proven that they can get the ball down the field. They've proven that they can get in dangerous scoring opportunities. They've just yet to capitalize on it today. So with 9 minutes and 10 seconds left in this third quarter, as well as the rest of the fourth quarter, Ravens will be looking for something big here. March the ball down the field, continue to move the chains, and really just keep that Shawnee Mission Northwest offense off the field, which has been so dominant tonight.
Yeah, the returners right now are in the backfield for the special teams. Our number 5, Grant Hall, seems to be in the end zone right now. Trevor Bull, number 6, is at the 5-yard line. Number 10, Gabe Arfez at the 10, and so seems to be Caleb White at around the 20-yard line of the left side of the field. From the right side of the field, excuse me, from our point of view. The kicker, Sam Voss, will now be kicking it off after the failed 2-point conversion.
That ball's caught by number 6, Trevor Bolden.
He keeps going, and he gets tackled around the 23-yard line, a big pile up there.
Trevor Bolden with the return.
So the Ravens now again deep in their own territory.
Ravens will take over 1st and 10 from the Olathe Northwest 20.
1st and 10 now for the Ravens. They'll be looking for something big here, moving the ball quickly down the field but also retaining possession. We'll see if they continue with the runs that they've been looking for all night long, or if they go for some longer passes now. Maybe try to surprise this Cougar defense, which really just hasn't been tested by Mason Sadler's arm too often.
They can't really play conservative right now. They got to do what they can to get the points on the board and get the ball down the field. So running the ball is not a bad option, but they need to do what they can for Mason. Logan Evans seems to be taking the handoff. He gets stopped at around the 25-yard line, so maybe it is a little bit by it seems to be a 1-yard gain. He indeed did gain 1 yard in the play, so it's 2nd and 9 at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, it's 2nd down now for the Ravens. That run game has just been stopped all night by that Cougar defense, either at the line of scrimmage or behind it. The biggest difference between the rushing games of these two teams is that although the Ravens are doing a good job of containing the Cougar rushing, the Cougars are getting 4 or 5 yards before they're being brought down, while the Ravens are only getting about 1 or 2, and that can really be the difference between a first down and not. As we see right there, just another 2-yard gain up the middle. It's a solid run from the Ravens, but it's just not enough for these big first down gains that they need, as it's now 3rd and 8.
At around the 26-yard line. No, excuse me, 3rd and 7 at the 28-yard line for Olathe Northwest. They've got to go deep. They've got to throw on this play or do a run-pass option. They can't run it with Logan Evans. He's had a good season so far, replacing Chase Brown, but their strategy for him to just go up the middle most of the plays has not been working, and they need to find something else to do with him because he's got some talent there, first-year player, even though he's a senior. So Mason will be under center. He gets the ball. Is again another run by the running back, either Eli Becker or Manny Melendez. Instead it was Logan Evans, and he was pushed back. So by Marcus Cook.
Yeah, another quick stop there from the Cougars, stopping Logan Evans early. I'll be honest with you, the loss of Chase Brown was devastating for this Raven team, but I'm not sure how good Chase Brown could be against this Cougar defense that is just stopping them right away early on pretty much every running play that they've had. They had the one big breakthrough from Trevor Bolden, the sweep left that got him a gain of about 40 yards and almost led to that first Raven touchdown. But other than that, it's been stopped pretty much all night.
Almost a block punt, but instead flag whistles are blown. False start on the defense, it appears. I can't tell. It's definitely a false start by one of the teams. Seems to be a false start on the Ravens.
Yeah, it looks like the Ravens will punt again. They'll have another attempt at that. Almost blocked the first time. We'll see if that happens again. It's maybe even converted by the Cougars.
It is 4th and 7 at the 20. It was 4th down at the 23-yard line.
It's a good snap there to Lindsey. He rolls to his right.
A little bit of short punt for John Lindsey.
And then a fair catch called there on the 49-yard line for the Cougars as their offense retakes the field yet again. Already a touchdown in this third quarter. And they'll be looking for another score.
So Shawnee Mission Northwest will now be at the 50-yard line, seems like. Around there, no, excuse me, 49-yard line of their own territory. So Ty Black will have another chance to go back on the board. A little bit of high snap, he gets it off, completes it to his right receiver. Seems like it's number 5, Ty Linderman. But there is a flag on the play.
Yeah, that was Linderman yet again getting that reception up the middle. There is a flag on the play. It'll be interesting to see what the officials call here. The Cougars are moving up the field, but the Chains have yet to move just yet.
We'll see if the flag is on. Players aren't moving back, so it might be on the defense, or just a late flag, not a holding, or no, it seems to be a flag on the defense.
Yeah, the Chains are moving forward. That's yet another first down from Ty Black to Ty Lindenman. That connection between the two of them has just been really dominant all night, and the Raven defense has still not figured out a way to contain the two of them. A lot of completions, for Lindenman tonight, and he's been the biggest target so far from Ty Black, as well as the biggest yard getter for this Cougar team, moving the chains quite often just by himself.
So Ty Black is there again by himself. He's scrambling to his right, getting pressure, runs out of bounds. Maybe a loss of 1 or 2 yards in the play, but like Alex said, both Tys have been really excellent. They've been a very good duo so far this game and probably this season, because their offense has definitely exploded, and that is definitely the biggest reason why, both the Tys.
That was a good blitz there from the Ravens. Linebackers Alex Gunderson and Dalton Boyd both shooting down the middle of the offensive line. Nobody was able to pick them up. Ty Black was quick, did a good job getting rolling to his right and getting that ball out of bounds, but that brings up 2nd and 10 for the Cougars. See if the Ravens can have another stop like that again.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line. 3 seconds left on the play clock. Seems like a delay games. The play clock definitely did go to 0, so they are definitely moving back. It was a delayed game.
That's a good break there for the Ravens. It's now 2nd and 15 for the Cougars. Probably one of the longest attempts that they've had all game. And the Ravens will be looking to capitalize on this long 2nd down, hopefully bringing up a 3rd down and then either forcing a field goal or a punt from where they are now, unless the Cougars go for this on 4th down or they receive the 1st down.
2nd and 15 at the 30-yard line. Ty Black's with the running back in the backfield. Instead, he takes it by himself. He gets a couple yards on that play. Seems to be around the 23-yard line of Olathe Northwest's territory, so a good game for them. They might have gained around like 7 to 8 yards on that play. 3rd and 9 at the 24-yard line. So he gained around 6 yards in that play. So good play by Ty Black, but it is 3rd and long for the Cougars offense, excuse me, which they've not had much. They've not had many third and longs this game so far. Let's see if they can respond well to the defense, who has been pressuring them and giving them the
Yeah,
penalty.
not many third and longs, but we have seen how successful that they've been on third down.
And Ty Linderman is open again, and he is brought down at around the 10-yard line. He was brought down by number 10, Gabe Barfetti. So it's 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line for Shawnee Northwest. Another third down conversion, which unfortunately the Ravens have not been able to figure out a way to stop. Their biggest problem so far for their defense has not been able to stop the third down, and just not been able to stop that third down conversion for Shawnee Northwest, which they've been able to capitalize off that really well so far.
Yeah, with just over 5 minutes left in this third quarter, the Cougars are in scoring position again.
Gets down to around the 5-yard line for Shawnee Northwest by the running back Brandon Shaw, number 23. So it's 2nd and 4, and he was brought down by number 5, Grant Hall.
Yeah, the Ravens looking for another second and 4, but almost 2nd and goal stop here. They had one good one in the first quarter, and then the missed field goal from the Cougars. Ravens really looking for a repeat of that, as the ball's drifted out to the right.
They're stopped around the 2-yard line on the right side of their field.
That brings up third down now for the Cougars. That's 3rd and 1 for Shawnee Mission Northwest. Really looking to punch this one in and extend their lead even farther than it already is.
Excuse me for saying Linderman is Lindenman, sorry. So it's at the 2-yard line, so it's 3rd and 1.
The Cougars line up for a quick QB sneak here, and it looks like he's pushed into the end zone.
Touchdown for Shawnee Northwest, so it's 28-0 with the extra point incoming. Unfortunately, the Ravens again cannot stop the third down. That is their biggest weakness on our defense so far, this game so far.
Yeah, there have been plenty of third down conversions, as well as even a 4th down conversion for the Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars, as the kicking team comes out on the field looking to convert this extra point. It is number 86, Sam Vossen. The kick is up, and the kick is good. It is now 29-0 Shawnee Mission Northwest. The Raven offense will take the field yet again, really looking to make something happen. A big push here at the end of the game could tell a different story of how it's gone so far. But by the looks of things, the Raven offense has not been able to make anything happen. Hopefully a change to that will come in this next drive.
Yeah, let's hope so. The Ravens offense definitely needs to not be conservative like they were last time. They only had 3. Their offense for the last drive was only 3 running plays from Logan Evans, and although he's a good player, being his first year as a running back and just first year as a starter after Chase Brown went down, they can't just keep going up the middle of the same play. They gotta expand their playbook, or maybe it's a sign that they want to limit Mason Sauer's exposure, because he's definitely not had his best season so far, especially at home. He's not been able to get the ball without fumbling or having a turnover. He has had many turnovers this time at Seabeck, so let's see if that changes on this drive. They're going to definitely need if they want to pull through and get some momentum coming into the game.
Yeah, that Mason Sadler, Ryan Andrew combo, quarterback to wide receiver, we just have not seen it very often tonight, with no completions to Andrew, the wide receiver, as the Cougars now kick the ball to the Ravens, and they look to make another push here.
Number 6, Trevor Bolden, but he picks it up again, so that's a good sign. He is down to around the 13-14-yard line of their own territory, so let's see how the Ravens respond after this.
Yeah, Trevor Bolden with a muffed punt there inside the 15-yard line. He did a good job to land back on the ball, but he had no Ravens around him, only Cougars looking to bring him down, and this field position does not look good for the Ravens. They do have time. They have a chance to make something happen here. We've seen that they can get the ball down the field, and we'll see if that Mason Sadler to Ryan Andrew combo is on display now, or if they will continue with this run game.
So number 2, Logan Evans, is again back in the backfield. See if they get it to him. Mason Sadler takes it. He throws it, and it is caught by Ryan Andrew. He keeps going. It is at the 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Ryan Andrew. Great way to bounce back from his incompletion at the beginning of the first quarter. So his touchdown, Ryan Andrew, make it 29-6.
Yeah, that right there is exactly what I was talking about. That's really what the Ravens were looking for. Mason Sadler to Andrew. We just haven't seen it all night. And that's a combination that has been pretty dominant and pretty good for the Ravens all season. It's the first time it really worked, and, well, worked out for the Ravens as they get a touchdown from it.
A little bit of a scary sign when he was about to catch that ball. He did bobble a little bit, but he got it. He stayed on his feet, which is a very good sign of Ryan Andrew. That was a very good play by him. Great play by Ryan Andrew.
Yeah, it was a great catch by Andrew, a great run to get in that space, get behind all of the secondary. Did a fantastic job to make that reception.
And
the kick is up and good from John Lindsay. So it's now 29-7 from the Ravens.
By John Lindsay, the multi-sport athlete who plays football, soccer as the goalie, and he will play basketball this season. He's a very good multi-dimensional athlete, and he has also been able to keep up his schoolwork so far. So the senior plays in mostly different sports, and so far has excelled in them. He's the starting goalie for the varsity team right now whenever he isn't playing football, and he is the starting kicker for the varsity team for the football team.
Yeah, the student section here really has a great atmosphere. They seem to have been rejuvenated. They love seeing this Raven team score just to get points on the board. It's very exciting for them. RFC, the Raven Flight Corps, has been doing a very good job of keeping spirits high in the student section. And things are looking up for the Ravens now. They get their first points on the board. It's 29-7 with just under 3.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter.
And speaking of that catch from Ryan Andrew, that was a very good throw by Mason Sadler, who has not had the greatest game. He's only thrown the ball a couple of times, and one of his only throws before that was to Ryan Andrew at the end zone, which is an incompletion. So great way to respond by that very good duo when they have their chemistry together. So
I do believe that was the first completed pass by Mason Sadler all night, and it ends up being a touchdown. We'll see if the Ravens now want to utilize that passing game a little bit more as they see what it's been doing.
So John Lindsay kicks it off, and Shawnee Northwest fields it around the 20-yard line. They keep going, and he's down the middle of the sideline, and he's taken down around the 35-yard line. So it will be 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line for Ty Black, Ty Lindenman, and the Shawnee Northwest offense.
Yeah, there's another squib kick there by Lindsay. That's the second or third one that we've seen tonight. Seems like the Ravens want to continue doing that, just pinning the Cougars deep in their own territory, trying to get some lucky bounces there on the squib. But the Cougars have handled it pretty well, not muffing any of them, not letting any of them get past them. And they have some decent field position here. Their own 35-yard line as Ty Black takes a snap to make something happen.
So defense takes the field, and Ty Black will be taking it. He has a fake throw, but running back takes it around and gets out of bounds around the 40-yard line in Shawnee Northwest territory. So it'll be 2nd down, and he's taken down by Chris Verben, the sophomore. It is 2nd and 3 at the 42-yard line. So good play by Shawnee Northwest, and it was a good play by the defense. They were able to make sure he didn't stay in bounds to get the first down. So great play by both teams, I'd say.
Yeah, ball carrier there was Ty Lindenman. He's been targeted and has gotten more carries than I'd say everybody combined on the rest of this offense. Just been very dominant tonight. The 5'8" senior has just been really just doing a good job picking apart this defense little by little. However, the defense does look like they have some enthusiasm. They're looking to gain another stop here, as they do, forcing a 3rd down now for the Cougars.
So Brandon Shaw was able to get 2 more yards, but it was not enough to get the first down, like Alex said. So it's 3rd down and 1 at the 44-yard line. So hopefully his Ravens team can get a 3rd down stop, and the Shawnee Northwest Cougars will be able to get a 3rd down conversion. So let's see how it goes here. It seems like they did. It was a rushing play down the middle of the sideline, or down the middle of the field. So it's a gain of 3 yards. So it is 1st down at the 48-yard line. So 1st and 10 at the 48 with 2.5 minutes left in this 3rd quarter. So the Ravens so far have been able to get a little bit of offensive momentum after that really good catch by that good throw by Mason Sadler to Ryan Andrew, which sparked the offense and sparked the crowd. Cheerleaders are definitely sparked too and excited for the team. Now it's 1st 10 at the 48. Ty Black is by himself. And it seems like number 1, Jack Malin, excuse me, got the catch. Tackled by Dalton Boyd, number 46. Ball is at the 42-yard line, and it's a first down. That was enough for a first down, so it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line with which they're coming at the 2-minute warning right now for a 3rd quarter.
Yeah, that catch there by Malin is yet another first down for the Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars. The Northwest Ravens just haven't really seemed to been able to stop them from moving the chains as they do it yet again. Good throw there from Ty Black into pressure, and it's another first down for Shawnee Mission Northwest.
Yeah, good throw by Ty Black, and they're now around the 30-yard line. They're at the 25-yard line, so 1st and 10 at the 25. Chris Furman is definitely a good game tackling the opponents, who is a sophomore this year. So Ty Black will be receiving the snap.
Looks like the Cougars here are waiting for a play call from their coach as they do take under center.
The Ty Black will be receiving it. Fake throw, but he gets to a running back, and the running back gets to around the 19-yard line. So gain of around, I'd say 6 or 7 yards at this point. No, 5 yards. So it's 2nd and 5 at the 20-yard line with a little over a minute left and around 25 seconds left on the play clock right now. So the Ravens need to get some more stops on this Shawnee Mission Northwest offense if they want to be able to get some more points and prevent Shawnee Mission Northwest from scoring. So it's 2nd and 5 at the 20-yard line. Ty Black takes it by himself. He runs, he scrambles. He gets the first down, and he might be going to the end zone. He gets it to the end zone.
Yeah, Ty Black with a lot of running room there again. That right side just wide open for him. All of the secondary was either in the end zone or on the other side of the field. He just had a nice lane down the sideline, and he took advantage of it, not seeing any receivers to throw to. So that's another touchdown for the Northwest Cougars, and it is now 35-7 as the kicking team takes the field for the extra point.
Not a good sign for Northwest Ravens. They were definitely not looking for that, but Ty Black is definitely a fast quarterback, and that was a good play by him. He got around 20 yards in that play. It was a block extra point by Northwest by number 8. Seems like Caleb White. Very good play by him. So they blocked one more point on the board, which definitely helps in this case because they're trying to limit the amount of points Shawnee Mission Northwest is putting on the board. So right now it's 35-7 with Shawnee Mission Northwest taking the lead, but they will now be kicking it off to the Ravens. And hopefully the Ravens get some more offensive spark and get some more connection between Mason Sadler and Ryan Andrew to lead to some more points on the board. So let's see how that goes for them.
Yeah, that blocked kick will hopefully spark some confidence in the Olathe Northwest Raven offense. With their touchdown their last time on the field, they'll be looking to have a repeat of that, obviously. But still, 4 touchdowns in this game, as it is 35-7. The Ravens really need to make something happen and make something happen here quick if they still want to be in this game.
Yeah, the returners on the backfield will be the same people they've had all game. Number 10, Gabe Barferi. Number 8, Caleb White. Number 6, Trey Bolden. And number 5, Grant Hall. So the kicker, Sam Boston, will be kicking it off again after the block kick. So we'll see what they can do, and we'll see what the Ravens will do in response. So Sam will now be kicking the ball. And it'll be filled by number 6, Trey Bolden. Almost dropped it, but he did get it. He is going through the middle, and seems like he got a little hit hard around the 30-yard line, but that was a good return. A lot of speed in that play, but he did seem to get a little bit hit, but he seems fine right now.
Yeah, Trevor Bolden with a bit of running room there. Almost looked like he was going to break through all of the coverage in front of him. The student section got very loud as that happened, but he was tripped up around the 35-yard line, and now the Raven offense will take the field. Really hoping to make something happen there, just like that last drive with the long throw straight to Ryan Andrew from Mason Sadler.
So number 2, Logan Evans, is behind Mason Sadler again. Number 6 will be the slot, Trey Bolden. Logan Evans takes the handoff, and he gets pushed way back to the 25-yard line. So a loss of 6 yards, seems like.
Yeah, that's another run up the middle for the Ravens. It's just been stopped all night long by that defensive line and the linebackers from the Shawnee Mission Northwest team. That one right there was Marcus Cook for the Cougars, and the Ravens now take the ball. It is 2nd down and 9.
But the clock is now going to 0, and the fourth quarter will begin. It was not. They did not lose 6 yards on that play. They instead gained 1, but he was pushed back. So it is now 2nd and 9 at the 32-yard line for Northwest, and that is the end of the third quarter. So this fourth quarter will be a make or break moment for both of these teams.
Yeah, both teams now on the sideline as they get ready to take the field again at the start of this fourth quarter. Just 12 minutes left for the Ravens. They're still down by 4 touchdowns. They really need to make the most of their timeouts here and the rest of this game if they want to still have a chance to compete with this Shawnee Mission Northwest team.
So let's hope that Northwest gets some more offensive explosion going on. Let's hope that they did get some inspiration from that play from Mason Sauer to Ryan Andrew. That honestly might be the turning point of this entire game.
All right, now in just a second, we will send it over to Andrew McCubbins, our sideline reporter, for a word.
All right, guys. Well, it's been a very exciting first few quarters here at our homecoming football game here for the Ravens tonight. As you can see right here, there's lots of excitement, especially here at the cheerleaders and the dance team right behind me. Right now for the scores, we're actually doing pretty good, not too bad. Ravens are up 7 points, and right now our visiting team, Northwest on the other side, we got 35 points. So we're still down a little bit. We got a ways to go, but you know what? I think that we have a chance to pull it out. If we kind of get our act together a little bit. So we'll definitely see what happens here in this last quarter here. But I'm very excited to see how this turns out. So guys, thank you very much for tuning in tonight, and I can't wait to see what happens. So thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Andrew. While he was talking there, the Ravens had a big loss. It's now 3rd and 16 as they were brought down in the backfield. They're deep inside their own territory. The ball's placed around just the 25-yard line. And with the clock ticking down, about 11 and a half minutes left in this fourth quarter, the Ravens really need to make something happen here. They need to look for some big passes down the field. This running game has just been stopped. It's taking too much time, and it just hasn't been working for them. So let's see what Mason Sadler can do here.
So number 81 Ian Irwin switched off for number 90 Cade Kaufman, who plays tackle and defensive end, but unfortunately Ryan Andrew and Mason Sadler cannot connect on that pass. If they did, it would have been close to a first down, but it's not. It is now 4th and 16 at the 25-yard line for Olathe Northwest. The point team now comes out.
Yeah, that was a target to Ryan Andrew from Mason Sadler. Looks like Sadler led him just a little bit, which is what he was looking for, as he did have room in front of him to run with the ball, but just led him a little bit too far, hit him in his fingertips, and bounced out for an incompletion. So now the Raven punt team is taking the field, and we'll be looking to hopefully pin the Cougars deep in their own territory.
So the punt comes out, and it is blocked. It is a blocked punt, and is returned for a touchdown by Shawnee Mission Northwest.
That's a blocked punt for Shawnee Mission Northwest, returned for a touchdown. It's now 41-7, Shawnee Mission Northwest leading. Looks like John just took, yes, John just took a little bit too long on the ball there, rolling out to his right. Just didn't get that punt off in time, and the Cougars have proven that not only can they score on offense, but they can also put points on the board on defense as well. This does not look good for the Ravens here. The 0-5 start to the season could very quickly turn into an 0-6 start for this Northwest Ravens team.
And unfortunately, the mass amount of points that Shawnee Mission Northwest is now scoring has led to a decrease in the student section, as a lot of the students who were originally really close to our broadcast booth are now gone. So the kick was good, so it's now 42-7 Shawnee Mission Northwest, and that might be the deal for the game. There's 11 minutes and 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter, but Ravens seem like they just didn't see that coming, so that might be the end.
Yeah, like Andrew was saying, the size of the student section has decreased or diminished just a little bit, but the Raven faithful that are still here are still very loud, as you can hear through our headsets. It's kind of hard to hear our own thoughts, as the band, the cheer, and the dance team are all still leading, and the students that have stayed here are still being very loud. They're rooting this Raven team on no matter what the score is, and I'd imagine that most of them will stay until the end of the game.
Yeah, luckily the band and the cheer team are still very excited, and the cheer team, they probably gotta get excited because it's very cold down there, and they gotta move as much as they can. And same with the band and the lot of student section, but Yeah, unfortunately, this game has resulted in a lot of the students leaving. So it's probably going to decrease as time goes on, as there is, I hate to be mean, but there's not much open there right now.
Yeah, as the Cougars kicking team takes the field again, the Ravens offense will take the field once again as this kick is returned.
Now the kick is being kicked off by Shawnee Northwest. Northwest recovered. Northwest takes it by Gabe Arfetti. He's taken out around the 30 to 34 yard line. Grant Hall is a little slow to get up, but he's jogging up the field. Seems to be just a little bit okay so far. But let's see how Olathe Northwest responds, see if they can get a little bit of momentum and a little bit of offensive hope out of this last couple drives. There's only a little less than 11 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, the Ravens here with 10 minutes and 54 seconds, really just looking to get points on the board, really just make something happen. I'd imagine we start to see some more long throws from Sadler to Ryan Andrew. He is alone on the left side, just one cornerback on him and then a safety in the backfield. We'll see if the Ravens continue with their rushing game plan or if they look to pass.
They keep going with their rushing game with Logan Evans down the middle of the offensive line, defensive line. And they seem to got a couple more yards, but they keep going with the same game plan with Logan Evans down the middle, and it just does not work for them so far. They might have to figure out another way to do it besides just throwing from Mason Sadler to Ryan Andrew, excuse me.
Yeah, this Cougar defense is one that has allowed a lot of points throughout most of their games, allowing 51 points from Lawrence, 34 from Shawnee Mission East, 28 from Olathe South, only 14 from Leavenworth, and then 33 from Shawnee Mission West. So they've kept, so far this game, the Ravens to their lowest opposing score of their season. And I mean, it's evident in the Ravens offense, just the way that nothing has really been able to go their way. They had the one good touchdown from Ryan Andrew, as well as one solid run up the middle from Trevor Bolden. But aside from those two plays, we really have not seen any explosiveness and any breakout plays from the Northwest Ravens.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, Logan Evans was able to get a first down on that. He got around 8 yards on the play, so it is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line of Olathe Northwest's own territory. So it was a good play by Logan Evans from the previous play. He gets a couple yards on that play, so a little bit of hope on that, on the end of Logan Evans, who has been delivering for the limited amount of play calls that he has been given. He's only been really given just the call down the middle so far.
Yeah, Evans with most of the carries tonight. Trevor Bolden, although he had the one up the middle, the 40-yard plus gain, he really has not seen the ball as much as Evans has.
It is 2nd and 7 at the 48-yard line. Mason Sadler is scrambling with it. Unfortunately, the connection between Mason and Trevor was not good, as Trevor dropped it, and he was able to recover the ball still, but not a good sign. It is now 3rd and 11 at the 44-yard line, so a loss of 4 yards in the play.
Yeah, that flick attempt outside to Trevor Bolden, just looking to sweep left and gain some yards up the field, as that sideline has been pretty open with the wide receivers cutting inside. But just a missed opportunity there from the Ravens, and they're stopped again in their backfield with 3rd and 11 now.
So let's see how the Ravens respond to this play. Logan Evans behind Mason Sadler again. Eli Becker and Trevor Bolden to the side of both the running back, to both Mason Sadler. Mason Sadler throws it to receiver Ryan Andrew, but he is stopped around the 49-yard line of Shawnee Mission Northwest's own territory. So it'll be 4th and 4 at the 49-yard line of Shawnee Mission Northwest. So let's see if they go for it. If they want to keep getting points on the board, they got to go for it. But if they just want to be conservative, they're probably just going to go for the punt.
Yeah, that's another reception there from Ryan Andrew. A really nice 7-yard gain for the Ravens, but it came on a 3rd and 11. It's now 4th and 4 for the Ravens. We'll see if they – I'd imagine the offense would stay on the field here, as they do. Yes, Mason Sadler is still behind center. But we'll see if they can convert these 4 yards here around midfield, or if the Cougar offense will take the field yet again.
So 4th and 4 at the 49. Mason Sadler Throws it and is complete to Ryan Andrew out the right sideline. He's taking out at around the 41-yard line. So very good play by both of them.
Yeah, a 4th down conversion there for the Raven offense. That should boost their confidence as the chains move, as they continue to march up the field, starting this drive deep in their own half. However, with just under 7.5 minutes left, things are not exactly looking up for this Raven team. Although they're not one to quit, they will fight until the end, and that's evident in the game right now.
A good run by Logan Evans, and he's taken down a little shy of the first down marker.
Gain of 5 on the play. It's 2nd and 5.
So it's 2nd and 5 at the 38-yard line for Olathe Northwest. They're now in Shawnee Mission Northwest's own territory. So let's see how Ravens respond. Number 26, Eli Becker, is now subbed in for number 28, Manny Melendez. So let's see what they can do with the running back, or maybe he might be receiver or in the slot. He's now on the left side, Mason Sadler. Logan Evans behind Mason Sadler again. Mason Sadler is now down back.
And a great catch there by Ryan Andrew, looking up behind him. Sort of had to make that blind almost with coverage on him, but that's caught now on the 6-yard line. The Ravens move promptly up the field, and they'll be looking for another touchdown here to make something happen with just under 6.5 minutes left.
That was a very good catch by Ryan Andrew. He's looking behind him, using his eyes, which is one of the things you gotta do whenever you're playing football. You always gotta look, see where the ball is. His good use of instincts was able to give him the ball in that play, so good play by him. And now 1st and 6, or essentially 1st and goal at the 6-yard line for Northwest with 6 minutes remaining in the game.
Yeah, and that play was an example of the triple option working for the Ravens, as Mason Sadler did have the option to give it off, which he does on this play, and that's a touchdown for the Northwest Ravens, bringing the score up 42-13 as the kicking team takes the field. Andrew, I was just talking about the triple option there on that last completion to Andrew. Mason Sadler with the option to roll out and pitch the ball, but instead he kept it with a nice long throw to Andrew. That time he had the option to roll out, and he did. He pitched it to the outside, and it's a touchdown for the Ravens.
Very good play by both the teams, good play by Olathe Northwest. So let's see if John Lindsay can make this kick.
That ball bounces off of the crossbar,
makes it.
but it's in. It's now 42-14. Good kick there by Lindsay.
Must have been a tip, because he usually makes those kicks, so it must have been a tip by the defense. But very lucky play, so they got one more point on the board. So now 42-14. Shawnee Mission Northwest will not get the ball and is now leading. So Ravens did get some points out of that, but it might be a little bit too late. We have less than 6 minutes left in the game, and we'll see what they can do from here.
Yeah, that's some good stuff there by the Raven offense. It not only got the team hyped, but also this crowd hyped. That student section was loud there on that touchdown. Should inspire the Raven team, inspire some confidence and some enthusiasm in their gameplay.
So now the special teams, will now be taking the field. So now the Ravens will be punting away to Shawnee Mission Northwest, and essentially they might just be running the clock out with some bunch of run plays, or they might be trying to add some more points on the board. But we'll see if they have some good sportsmanship.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Shawnee Mission does here.
Yeah, John Lindsay will now be kicking it away to Shawnee Mission Northwest. Let's see what they do. With less than 6 minutes left in the game, they might just want to play it safe and just run the ball to make sure no one else gets injured, especially both the Ty Black and Ty Lindenman. So let's see how that goes for them. So now it'll be first down and around the... See where they put the ball. They haven't put the ball down yet. It'll now be first down at around the 35-yard line of Shawnee Mission Northwest's own territory.
Yeah, this explosive Cougar offense takes the field yet again. They're already up 42-14. We'll see if they want to march down the field and get more points on the board with just under 6 minutes left to go in this game.
Ooh,
that's a fumble snap there by the quarterback.
Bad snap by Shawnee Mission Northwest, but they were able to recover it. So, but they do lose a lot of yards in that play.
That will go down
Loss of
as a fumble.
15.
That will go down as a fumble for the Cougars there by Ty Black. It's now second down with 24 yards to go, the longest play that the Cougars have seen tonight. We'll see if they can make something happen here, maybe a big play down the field.
But now
The Ravens will have some confidence in them now with 24 yards to go from the Cougars.
No, it's second and 24 at the Shawnee Mission Northwest's own 24-yard line. So let's see what play they're going to run so far. See if they're going to run it or just use Ty Black to throw it. He gives it to his running back. He scrambles to his right and is stopped around the 31-yard line.
That's another good stop by the Ravens, and it's now third down for the Cougars. Not a whole lot in it for them on this drive so far. Definitely a deep play upcoming for Ty Black. Maybe a run play. I'm trying to get outside, but a gain of 24 is what they need here on this next play. So the Ravens will be hoping for a stop here. Hopefully drawing up a fourth down.
So now it will be third and 24 at the it'll be third and 24 at the Shawnee Mission Northwest's own 24-yard line, and it was a long pass by Ty Black, which is incomplete. So it'll be fourth and 24 at the 21-yard line for Shawnee Mission Northwest.
Yeah, that deep ball was what they were looking for. It was intended for number 2, Donovan Ganapini, but it just was a little bit too far of a throw by Ty Black. Ganapini was not able to get there, and now the Raven offense will look to take the field after this kick return by, this punt return by number 10, Gabe Barfetti.
So now Shawnee Mission Northwest will now be punting it, and it's a low punt to Gabe Barfetti at around the 40-yard line where he picks him up, but he gets trampled by a bunch of Shawnee Mission Northwest players. So let's see where they put him down. It should be around the 40-yard line. Yeah, it should be at the 40-yard line right now.
There were 4 Cougars around Barfetti there and no Ravens there to block in the backfield. So not much of a return there from the Ravens, but decent field position, getting the ball on their own 40. So with 4 minutes and 17 seconds left, the Raven offense sees the field once again, and they'll be looking to make some deep plays down the field.
So yeah, Gabe Barfetti got swarmed by a bunch of Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars, so let's see what they do now. Offense will now be taking the field with, again, Logan Evans and Troy Bolden in the backfield. So let's see what they do here. They are now at the 40-yard line of their own territory, so let's see if they're going to try and get some more points on the board with around 4 minutes and 17 seconds left in the game. It's going to be a little confusion on the offense, but now they got the play call. See what they do. Mason Sadler will not be throwing it. He's in the pocket, and an incomplete pass, but a flag around the 30-yard line between him and Ryan Andrews. So let's see what that is. Might be a little bit of pass interference.
Yeah, it looks like it could be some defensive pass interference there from the Cougar secondary. We'll see what the refs call here. Not a terrible throw by Mason Sadler, just a bit too high for Ryan Andrews, but it might have let him just enough for the chains to move. And it does indeed. The Ravens will get the call here. Their field position moved up greatly. That's a first down for the Ravens. They get the ball past midfield now on the Cougar 45-yard line.
So that was one of the few penalties they've had this game, but it did go against Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars, and it went for Olathe Northwest, so that's a very good sign for them. It is now at the 45-yard line, so it'll be first and 10 at the 45-yard line of the Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars territory. So let's see what they do here. They're probably going to go for a pass, because that's what they did the first play of the last drive. The last attempt, excuse me.
Good throw out there to Ryan Andrews.
Pass complete to Ryan Andrews. He goes on the sideline, and they take him down in bounds around the 17-yard line of Shawnee Mission Northwest's territory. So good play by Ryan Andrews again. He's had a good game after rebounding from his incomplete pass that would have been a touchdown around the first quarter. So good play by him and good play by Mason. Just good play by the offense.
Yeah, another target there to Ryan Andrews. That last play, although he did not receive the ball, he did get the defensive pass interference call. This time he did, and even gained a few yards after the play. So that ball now on the opposing 20-yard line, and the Ravens really looking to make something happen here. Good field position for them and a good start to this drive.
So it seems like the running back takes it down the middle. It seems like they got down around the 14 or 15-yard line. So it's second down around the 15-yard line.
Gain of 6 on the play is second down 3.
So that brings up second down now for the Northwest Ravens. This drive has been one of the best all games. Sadly, it might come just a little too late. 3.5 minutes left in this fourth quarter. And although the Ravens might be able to get some points on the board here, a win seems all but lost at this point.
Yeah, it is 2nd and 3 at the 13-yard line with 3.5 minutes left in the game.
That ball is handed off again to Logan Evans.
So it's now a first down. So it'll be 1st and goal at it in between the 1st and 10-yard line. It is at the 7-yard line. So it's 1st and 7, essentially 1st and goal at the 7-yard line with 3 minutes and 18 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, Olathe Northwest looking to just put maybe 1 or 2 more touchdowns on the board here. The student section is still very loud, still very hyped, still looking for more points from this Raven offense, and we'll see if they can produce here. So
now Eli Becker is subbed into the game, and now we'll see what they do. It might run down the middle again, but we'll see. It's first and goal at the 7-yard line. 3 minutes left. Mason Sadler appears to take the handoff, so gained a couple yards on the play, so it might have been 2-3 yards on that play.
Yeah, that clock's still counting down. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. And the Ravens now with the ball on the 5-yard line. It's 2nd down, and they'll be looking to produce something here.
So it's 2nd and 5 at the 5-yard line, like Alex said. So what they do. Might run down the middle again. Mason takes it. He immediately throws it to Ryan Andrew, and it is an incomplete pass forced by the defense. So it's 3rd and 5 at the 3rd and goal, at the 5-yard line, with 2 minutes and 16 seconds left in the game. A very quickly timed pass by Mason Sadler to Ryan Andrew. Unfortunately, the defense was definitely prepared.
Yeah, a decent pass there. It looked like Sadler placed it where he wanted it, and Ryan Andrew had something going for him there. It looked like he almost got both hands on that ball. Sadly, it was broken up by the secondary, and just was not able to convert. So now 3rd down and goal from the 5-yard line, like Andrew was saying.
So let's see what they do here. They might throw it again. They might run it, but at this point, both options not work for them so far. They've only gained a couple yards on the run. Mason Sadler hands it off to number 26, Eli Becker, and he gets in for the touchdown. Touchdown by Eli Becker on the right sideline, and he gets into the end zone. So it'll be 42-20. Shawnee Mission Northwest still leads, but John Lindsay will come out for the extra point.
Yeah, that was a touchdown there by Becker, but there is a flag on the play. We'll see if that score is brought back or not.
Seems like they might be brought back.
I'd imagine with how long it's taking, that touchdown is going to be wiped off the board, but we'll see what the referees call here.
Seems to be a little bit of confusion here. But it seems to be that the special teams is coming back out, or maybe not. A little bit of confusion here. The referees don't know, still not know what to call yet. The flag might be picked up, or they don't know if it's going to be picked up yet, or it's good, or if it's still going to be the penalty.
Yeah, both teams now in a huddle with their coaches.
So let's see what they decide here. For the moment, it is 42-20 after the Eli Becker score. Penalty on number 9 of Olathe Northwest. Seems like Micah Gary. Yeah, Micah Gary, number 9, the freshman. Could not hear what the penalty was for, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately in the box up here, we do not have the technology to hear what the refs are saying. But it seems like the score is staying on the board. It's still 42-20 up there.
Yeah. Number 90 got disqualified, Cade Kaufman. I thought they said number 9, excuse me, but it seems like number 90, Cade Kaufman, is getting disqualified for an undisclosed reason that we do not know of. But for the moment, he is disqualified. But right now on the scoreboard, it still says that the Ravens have the score for 42-20. But at the moment, we don't know if it's still in. The ball is at the 4-yard line, 3 to 4 yard line right now. So it seems as if they might still go for the kick.
Yeah, excuse us for the confusion here, but the referees and both teams are taking a long time to retake the field.
But it seems as if the offense is going back on the field. John Lindsay is not going out, so we don't know if the score is still on. Sorry for the confusion, fans, but right now it's really hard to indicate what is happening. It might be one for the 2-point conversion, or it might be 4th down.
There may have been 2 unsportsmanlike conduct calls called on both of the offense and the defense, which is why Cade Kaufman could have been disqualified, but maybe those penalties offset. We're really not sure. Sorry about that, but it looks like the scores are standing. This could be a 2-point conversion from the Ravens.
It seems to be a 2-point conversion, as it wasn't an unsportsmanlike conduct call.
There's a throw there, attempted to Ryan Andrew. It's just a little bit too far, and he can't bring it in. But the score stays 42-20, so the touchdown did count, and the Ravens get some points on the board. But with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left, Andrew, correct me if I'm wrong here, but it does not look like the Ravens can mount a comeback tonight.
They will not be able to mount a comeback, as I famously said in the volleyball broadcast a couple weeks ago. But it does seem as if that there was an unsportsmanlike conduct on number 90, Cade Kaufman. And it was so yeah, it was Cade Kaufman did get disqualified for unsportsmanlike conduct from what we can tell. We would not know what he did, unfortunately, as we don't replay. But the score right now is 42-20 with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game, and the victory is all but sealed for Shawnee Mission Northwest, it seems like.
Yeah, interesting stat here actually is this is the most points the Ravens have scored all season, 20 points. Just one more than their loss to Olathe South, where they lost 20-19. So they did break they have broken their single season scoring record for this season alone. It comes in the 6th game, but sadly it comes against a solid Shawnee Mission Cougar team who has 42 points on the board.
Yeah, unfortunately their record is now 20 for the season, but it is all but too late for that, as they scored 2 late touchdowns in the 4th quarter, it seems like, and it's an onside kick by the Ravens, and it was recovered by Shawnee Mission Northwest. So it is 2 minutes and 7 seconds left in the 4th quarter, so Shawnee Mission Northwest will all but just kneel and run out the clock.
Yeah, an onside kick attempt there by John Lindsay for the Ravens. Not a bad idea, but really honestly just comes too late in the game where there's not much of a chance for the Ravens to come back here. Still high spirits in the student section, still an unusually large crowd, probably due to the homecoming night as well as the band staying late, staying after the game to play for all the fans here. But with 2 minutes left, we'll see what the Cougars do here. Fantastic field position for them, so we'll see if they just rush and run the clock out, or if they continue to push the ball down the field and look to score more points.
So it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line for Shawnee Mission Northwest, as the game is all but sealed. Band is even getting ready for the end of the game performance, so let's hope it's not like that Stanford game a while ago where the band was out on the field. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's just a coincidence I thought about.
Would be a very interesting scene here for the end of the game as the Cougars run the ball down to the right side. They're brought down after a gain of about 5 yards. That brings up 2nd and 5 now for Shawnee Mission Northwest.
At the 32-yard line with a minute and 45 seconds left in the quarter. So it's 2nd and 5, 32 with a minute and 40 left. Clock is running out, as all teams know that the victory is decided, unfortunately for Olathe Northwest. But they did have a little bit of offensive resurgence at the end of the 4th quarter, but it was too little too late, unfortunately. But now Ty Black passes to the receiver, and
Ravens wanted a fumble there, but it looks like it's called an incomplete pass by the referee on the outside. Not sure if the wide receiver ever actually gained possession of that ball, which would make it an incomplete pass.
Don't think so, but people to right of us in the booth said that it was a fumble, but it was fortunately an incomplete pass, so. It's now a 2nd and 5, 32-yard line.
A minute and 15 left now for the Cougars.
So play clock is ticking down with less than 5 left, and Ty Black is the running back, and he keeps going. He keeps going and is stopped at the 20, at around the 18-yard line.
Yeah, there's a good run there from the Cougars again. As he is brought down, they move the chains. It's now 1st and 10 yet again for the Cougars. In good field position, the ball inside the 20-yard line, and they will probably be looking for another touchdown on the board here, although the clock is running down pretty fast.
Sorry about that. The quarterback is not Ty Black in the game right now. It is their backup quarterback. So sorry for the confusion. Ty Black was taken out a while ago.
There's a run to the outside left. He's brought down with just about 2 yards gained there.
And the clock is ticking. It is less than 25 seconds, so the game is all but sealed.
They will just run the clock out here. 18 seconds left on the clock with 30 seconds left on the play clock. We'd like to thank all of you for joining our live tonight of this homecoming show, or of this homecoming football game for the Olathe Northwest Ravens. Looks like the final score here will be 42-20, the Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars. And at the end of the game, we are going to send it down to Andrew McCubbins for a final word on the sideline, as well as our Olathe Northwest Raven Band performing at the end of the game. So you guys will be able to watch their field show with our cameras. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody for joining. This has been Alex Pauley and Andrew Beckwith. And in a second, we will send it down to Andrew McCubbins on the sideline.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a very exciting game tonight. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on tonight's Olathe Northwest e-communication stream. We really appreciate your audience tonight. Well, and also, you know, it's been a pretty successful game for the Ravens. Even though we may not have won tonight, it still was a success in our book, especially against Shawnee Mission Northwest tonight. So the final score tonight, we're looking at 43 for Shawnee Mission Northwest and Olathe Northwest with 20 points. So I'd say that's pretty good, especially for a night as cold as this. Currently, it's actually just at freezing or slightly below freezing, which is kind of crazy to think about, I guess. And especially with all these players out here that are working so hard, they're freezing. All these people are freezing, but also we've had just an amazing turnout tonight. The student section has been completely filled up.
The Ozarko Marching Festival, where they brought home the second place trophy after 30 State.
Good job.
We look forward to next weekend. State Bandmasters the show this year is number 4, featuring Little Boleros, Weber Musical Focus.
Okay, good. Keep it on. We gotta go. Okay, where are we going?